In attendance and the billions watching round the world. Let's get ready for the B Money podcast. We ready? We ready? We ready for y'all. Welcome to the B Money Benona Buck podcast number 20. B Money number 20. Man, can you guys believe that we've been doing this 20 episodes? And today was a crazy day in the life of Benona Buck and Professor Bam. The last couple days have been mighty crazy, going to the hospital. We've spent the last all of our time there since 5 in the morning till 5 at night at the hospital. And Professor Bam had a pretty major surgery, and she is now recovering, and she's doing well, and it's been on my mind leading up to this. So thankful. I want to thank all the fans out there, all you wonderful fans, for praying for Professor Bam and keeping us in your thoughts and your prayers. That's super cool. In other news, it's February. Can you guys believe it? Where did the month of January 2021 go? I can't believe it's February. It seems business-wise like there's a heck of a lot going on all of a sudden. Maybe people were waiting for the election. Maybe people just can't afford to wait. But in our businesses, things seem to be popping right now. Seem to be kicking off, and that's a positive sign. So we've had a lot of action in the stock market. If you're invested in Amazon like we are, man, Amazon took off today. Went up 2%, which is a lot for that stock. We were up to $3,400 per share. And after hours, I believe it was after hours, Jeff Bezos, the founder and CEO of Amazon, announced that he's going to be stepping down as the CEO of Amazon in the third quarter of this year. So his right-hand man's taken over, and he's going to become the chairman of the company, which means he only has to do about 5% of the work that he has been doing. And that's going to let him, he says it's going to let him go do a lot of other things, like work at the Washington Post, where democracy dies in the darkness. So in honor of that, let's see if I can find an article about Mr. Bezos leaving the company, because I think that's huge news. Okay, so we have Yahoo Finance. Yahoo! Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos is stepping down. Here's why Amazon stock isn't crashing. Amazon founder and CEO Jeff Bezos is a once-in-a-generation inventor that has fundamentally changed how humans buy stuff and interact with the internet. So the first thought is that Amazon stock would crash at the mere utterance of Bezos stepping down as the company's fearless leader. But that isn't what happened on Tuesday evening, when Bezos stunned the business world by announcing he would transition to the executive chair role in the third quarter. In his place is longtime right-hand man Andy Jassy, currently CEO of Amazon Web Services. Jassy joined right after Amazon's IPO in 1997 and has built the AWS business from the ground floor over 2 decades. So I'm not going to read any more of the article, but that's pretty cool. Rose, are you back with us?
Yep, I'm with you.
You've been following, this is probably the most that you've ever followed the stock market, due to Tim Pool talking about it, due to Wall Street Bets going all in with diamond hands on the old GameStop stock, correct? Is this
Yeah.
the most you've ever thought about the stock market?
Kind of, but not fully, because you talk about it sometimes, and but I don't really retain a lot about it.
Yeah. But you've been watching Tim Pool every day, and he's talking about it every day. Also, Crowder was talking
Yeah.
about it quite a bit too.
Yeah. Also, there's a ton of memes going around.
Yeah.
It's kind of a hot topic right
Yep.
now.
Well, today I noticed the last couple days GameStop stock has crashed, but I don't think it's the end of the run. So I'm seeing it. I don't know what it's going to go to. If it goes to $65 again, I might buy in. I might drop a ton, buy in at 65 because I think it's going to go on a run again. I really
Hmm.
do. It could go on a run tomorrow. I may never see 65. Yep.
Right.
What else? So what else is going on in your world, Rose? How you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. We got word from our niece about her school situation.
Yeah, I heard that our podcast made a difference. That somehow the
Ah,
link got sent over to the superintendent of the school district. They heard us criticizing, and then they found out that she actually wasn't even supposed to be enrolled in online education. So it was a clause, and now she has to go back to school. That's what I heard.
well, I guess she was enrolled for the first semester, but the semester's been over with. They
Yeah,
didn't
now she's missed school,
do
and
the work to get her enrolled again.
yeah,
Yeah, so she's missed some school, and basically her grandmother was told that if she doesn't go to school tomorrow, that her grandma can be in trouble with the law.
yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Send her to school. This is like we said. It's killing her. It's hurting her
Hmm.
not to be able to go to school. So very,
Right.
very pleased to hear that. Is she still there with you guys?
No,
Man, we can't get her to stay for any pods.
no. The minute she heard that we were going to be going live earlier, she got out of here.
Man, I would love to interview and see what's going on. What else? What else? So before you came, dropped in, I was talking about my day. I was talking about. Let me give you a little vision into my day. Got up at 4 in the morning. Had my alarm set for 4:30 in the morning, but I was awoken by Professor Bam hollering to me through the Alexa, up and hollering to me to come to check on her. She was paralyzed.
uh,
She put this ear patch on, okay, and it was supposed to help with like nausea, but
yeah.
something went wrong. So she couldn't even move her legs or anything. It felt like she weighed 1,000,000 pounds, each arm and stuff, you know. So she was having paralysis.
Crazy.
So that's how our day begun, and I was like, holy shit, we're gonna have to cancel the surgery. We're gonna have to go to the ER and do something else. But I was like, you know what? We're going to the hospital anyways. They'll figure it out. So luckily, I had her take it off, and it wasn't on for too long. So by the time we got to the hospital, even she was feeling a little better. She could move her toes and stuff. And then we went in the hospital. They didn't know what the hell to do. They never even heard of this happening. So I got her hooked up to like an IV with electrolytes. She had to do a COVID test. And it wasn't like the spit test or the blood test. They stuck this fucking 12-inch thing up through her nose to the back of her throat in a weird angle. The first time it hurt her, and she was having a panic attack. And then the next time, they did it and it worked out. So
Well,
that was
be
eventful.
grateful.
They wouldn't let us do the surgery, and we were like, we don't want to do this COVID test.
Yeah.
We don't have COVID. They were like, you
Right.
can't do the surgery. You can't do the surgery unless you do the COVID test. So
I see.
she had to do it. We got her to do it. Took an anxiety medicine, did the COVID test, and then what was super cool, okay? This never happens. There are so many things that happen to us today that literally doesn't happen to people. I've had surgeries, never have had. So we have the top surgeon in the whole country for this kind of surgery. I'm not going to tell you what kind it is, or the names or anything. But usually when you deal with someone that's like Maverick on Top Gun, they're number one. They're cocky,
Yeah.
they're not like super caring. My God, this surgeon came to the room to sit with us and talk with us. Super nice. And then he personally took Professor Bam on the gurney thing, whatever it is, on the wheels, the little bed thing,
Yeah.
and he wheeled her. And he was like, "Come along," and I came with him. And he took her all the way to the to do pre-op. He sat with her through pre-op, and then he literally called me 3 times from the operation room, the OR. And I told the nurse, I was like, "Have you ever heard of this before?" And she's like, "No." She's like, "I've never heard of any doctor calling from the OR." He called me when she got sedated, when it worked. So the anesthesia actually worked. So he called to let me know, "Hey, it worked. She's doing fantastic." And then he had anesthesia person. I'm totally blanking on her profession, what she's called. The person in charge of anesthesia, anesthesiologist. So she called me then and she said, it's working perfect. She gave me all the vitals. And then she told me that the doc was doing surgery and it was going amazing. So that was crazy. She's like, "He's doing the surgery now. I just wanted to let you know I'm watching her closely. Here's her vitals. She's under. Everything's perfect." And I was like, "I can't believe you guys are calling me. First of all, what I've never even heard of this. They're calling me to let me know like I'm the president of the United States," is what I felt. I felt like the way they treated me made me feel like it was like the president and the first lady having a surgery. And then when the surgery was done, the surgeon called me again and said the surgery went perfectly. This, and this. He went down the line with me. And he was like, he was amazing. I've never heard of nothing like this. I've never heard it from nobody. That they had an experience with, even a doctor. Our regular doctors are not like this. This guy and the team that worked with him were unbelievable. I don't even know how. We're so blessed. That's all I can say. It's been such a tough time the last couple months. I thought I was going to die from the food poisoning. It's been really hard.
Yeah.
And now, Bam, had this surgery and it worked out. And now she seems to be doing all right. She's recovering. It's a surgery where a lot of times
she's recovering well.
A lot of times you stay in the hospital for a day with what she had, but we were there for a long time. The surgery was done at 11 a.m. and we didn't leave till almost 6 o'clock. So we were in the hospital doing extra stuff for quite a long time. That's why the reason we didn't have to stay is because she was the first surgery of the day. We were there at like 5 in the morning or whatever it was. So it really worked out. Yep, it sure did. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Hey, what up, Elite Edge? Elite Edge, the nose swabs suck. Easy to hurt someone. Surgeons usually show up just to do the surgery and leave everyone else to finish up. That's damn right. Man, this guy has called us on the phone pre-surgery. He's messaged us in the electronic messaging to talk to us. He's followed up. He set up meetings for us with the anesthesiologist. I sent him a message. I said, "Yo, we have to talk to them because Professor Bam has some different genetic things that we had to go over." He did it all. I don't know what to do. I don't know how. I know we got paid a lot. He's a surgeon. And it wasn't one surgery. It was like 7 things they did to Professor Bam. Okay?
Yeah.
So we know we made a lot of money, but I'm going to do something for him and his office. I don't know what it is, but I'm definitely going to buy them like a tower, like I need to find out what he really likes, like what kind of treats.
What about those massage chairs that they got in that one hospital?
Massage chairs. Yeah, you can get one of those for like $5,000. I'm thinking more like a tower, like a Ghirardelli or like a Godiva, like a huge gift basket with a tower, all kinds of different chocolates. Or maybe
No,
I'm going to
I was
call.
making a joke based on that article from yesterday.
I know, but I'm really serious about being so
Right.
thankful right now. I don't care about a
Yeah.
joke.
Yeah.
So I'm so thankful. So I don't know what to do. I'm going to do some big thing though, so you know. I'm going to do something amazing. Cuz I just feel so blessed.
Right.
And I just know that Professor Bam's life is going to be changed. I just have that feeling.
Hmm.
And when Mama happy,
Cool.
everybody happy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yep.
Huh. Oh, at least she didn't have to do the COVID test that they're doing in China right now.
Yeah, I don't know. What are they doing in China?
Anal swabbing.
They're not doing anal swabbing, really?
I haven't heard about this. Yes, in China they insist that the most accurate test is the anal swab test.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find a good let's help me select the head for my player. What should we do? Should we what race and what nationality should they be? That guy's kind of handsome. Look at this guy here.
That other guy looks a little bit like Elon Musk almost.
This one?
I don't remember. I don't know. No, not that guy.
This one?
Although, I suppose they both... I don't know. It's hard for me to tell. That guy.
This guy? I think you're behind a little
That
bit.
guy. I am behind you. That guy back up there, where you were.
You want me to pick the
All the way
Elon
to the
Musk
top.
looking guy?
I don't know. I just said he looks like Elon Musk.
Yeah, it's this guy here.
No, further up. All the
No,
way
I got
up.
him. You'll see. This guy, right?
Yeah.
Looks like Elon Musk.
I'm probably about 10, 15 seconds behind you on the feed.
All right, Elon Musk. Perfect. We're gonna make our player look like Elon Musk. Okay. What else did I do? I don't want to just do the head. How do I do the other stuff? See, I don't even know what I'm doing. Animation store. But it says appearance. Okay, so I already did the head. Did they not let me do like all the stuff? Scan your face, edit head. Oh, here we go. We can change some stuff. So it doesn't have to be. So we'll do the Elon face and give him some ridiculous hair. Yeah, so what's your thoughts? Any thoughts regarding Professor Bam's surgeries?
Well, I'm just glad it went okay. Luckily you had a good doctor that was making sure that everything was good, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I hope she recovers well, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so, apparently Coming to America is going to be on Amazon Prime.
That's what I heard.
Coming to with a 2, so it's a sequel.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Sooner than you think,
Really?
apparently. Although this was written in November, so. Do you want me to read an article on it?
Oh, I would love to hear an article because you know what? Professor Bam told me about this and I went crazy. I'm so excited
Yeah.
for Coming to America. I love that movie. Yeah, go ahead. Read me the article.
Oh, I know you. Okay, this is from USA Today. This is from back in November 20th, 2020, but it's an upcoming movie, so I figured I'd look and find something on it. Okay. Coming to America. 2 with a number. The sequel to the 1988 Eddie Murphy comedy has landed a date to come to audiences. The film, which reunites Murphy and Arsenio Hall, will debut on Amazon Prime Video on March 5th, 2021. Amazon Studios said Friday. This would be Friday, November, not this Friday. Originally a Paramount Pictures theatrical release, the studio sold the film to the streamer last month but had yet to finalize a date. Coming to America was a cultural phenomenon that is one of the most loved and celebrated comedies of all time, said Jennifer Sulky, head of Amazon Studios, in a statement. We know audiences around the world will fall in love with this hilarious, joyful movie that will surely become a timeless favorite. James Earl Jones, Sherry Headley, and John Amos will also be reprising their roles alongside new additions like Wesley Snipes, Leslie Jones, Tracy Morgan, and Kiki Lane. Leslie Jones was that woman who was in the female Ghostbusters movie.
I'm not a fan of Leslie Jones.
I'm not a huge fan of her, but there was a episode of Saturday Night Live where it had the guy who played Tyrion Lannister. I can't remember his name. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And Leslie Jones, and it was a parody of an episode of Naked and Afraid. And it was pretty hilarious. Anyhow, the 1988 movie featuring Murphy as Prince Akeem Jafar tells the story of an African prince who must decide whether to uphold or break away from the long-standing traditions from his homeland, the fictional African nation of Zamunda. The original film celebrated its 30th anniversary in 2018. The same year, another film celebrating African royalty took hold of moviegoers, Marvel's Black Panther. Okay. So, yep, March 5th. And Wesley Snipes is going to be in it. That's interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. Wow.
Yeah. And I don't know if you've seen the trailer for it, but there's definitely more names than they've listed here in this article. A lot of famous people.
Okay.
You know. Have you seen the trailer?
No, I haven't. I heard Professor Bam told me about it. That's all I know.
Well, I would recommend you look up the trailer at some point in time in the future. You might enjoy, or maybe not enjoy. Maybe you'll have criticisms. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to check it out.
At some point in the future. Oh, I don't know if you can hear this.
What is it?
But Ultra's over here snoring.
No, I can't hear it.
He's taking a nap on the couch.
Oh, Ultra. Perfect.
Also, I have an article about the possibility of Batman the Animated Series being brought back.
Ooh, good.
Another
Okay, so
article.
we definitely talked about that a week ago or so, right?
Right.
I'm interested.
So we've got a new article from 2 days ago. So this is from CBR.com by Devin Foster. Batman, the animated series, has a perfect blueprint to return. With rumors of a return on the horizon, Batman, the animated series, already has the perfect blueprint for a new show in the comic book medium. Batman the Animated Series is arguably one of the best animated comic book shows of all time, boasting a nearly perfect mixture of action, detective sleuthing, and hard-hitting noir. Batman has evolved mightily over the years since the animated series first aired, and with rumors of a new series coming to HBO Max, there exists the question of which new elements could and should make it onto the show. Luckily, an answer for that question already exists. Batman the Adventure Continues by Alan Burnett and Paul Dini and Ty Templeton, a digital first comic series, is the perfect blueprint for what the rebooted show could be. Batman the Animated Series debuted in 1992 and ran for 4 seasons, ending in 1995. In its 3-year run, the show brought the world of Batman to life in a brand new way, gone were the familiar styles of comics past. Instead, Gotham City was a mixture of Gothic architecture, classic American noir imagery, and impossible technology. Gotham's dark red sky was a perfect backdrop for the Caped Crusader to combat its criminal underworld. Batman fought classic foes such as the Joker, Two-Face, and Catwoman, but also characters original to the series such as Calendar Girl, Red Claw, and the famous Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn was created on that show.
Harlequin.
With the announcement of...
Harlequin.
Harley Quinn, the character that's the Joker's girlfriend and is now in the Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah, Harlequin.
That character, Harleen Quinzel, was created on Batman the Animated Series.
Harlequin.
It was a brand new character for that TV show. So, with the announcement of a new animated series debuting on HBO Max, the need for fresh material and content is paramount. An excellent source to base the new series off is Batman the Adventure Continues digital comic. Alan Burnett and Paul Dini, both writers for the comic, also acted as writers, editors, and producers for Batman the Animated Series. If there was ever a need for the authenticity to the original show, Batman the Adventure Continues is a perfect choice. I've read some of those. Credentials and the pedigree aside, Batman the Adventure Continues contains content that simply didn't exist during the run of the original show. Prime example is Jason Todd as Red Hood. Jason Todd has existed in the Batman mythos for a very long time, but his identity as Red Hood...
Mythos. That's funny. I'm just laughing.
Right.
The mythos.
But, yeah, what this Adventure Continues was it was kind of a comic that kind of took off after the series. In the same kind of universe, but it's slightly different. Anyhow, Jason Todd has existed in the Batman mythos for a very long time, but his identity as Red Hood is still relatively new in comparison. The exploration of the dynamic between Batman and Jason was thrilling in the comic, and having an entire arc dedicated to them now in the new show would be amazing. Another character that was never utilized in the original show is the infamous mercenary Deathstroke. While Deathstroke became a prime villain for Dick Grayson's Nightwing in his tenure with the Teen Titans, the villain never ventured into the dark alleys of Gotham City in the animated series. His presence in The Adventure Continues is wonderful and acts as another great addition to Batman's adventures. His story now marries all of the action and intrigue that made the original series a widespread favorite among comic book fans. We've got... So that's related. Even if the animated series was to be one-to-one creation of The Adventure Continues, it would still be worth watching. There have been many different Batman animated series over the years, but none have had the same impact as the original. The animated series wasn't just serialized action sequences for action's sake. Batman didn't just punch bad guys that were robbing a bank. He didn't just use wacky gadgets and swing around the rooftop from rooftop to rooftop. Batman the Animated Series had action, yes, but it was the drama. With an assortment of femme fatales, flashbacks, seductive camera angles, The contrasting of bright light and deep shadows. Batman the Animated Series was an exploration of classic American film noir that raised the bar for superhero storytelling. Anyway, there's a lot of it. This writer seems to be really gung-ho about basing the continuation of the Batman the Animated Series on this. What's on the screen right now? It's like a little movie. I wasn't even looking. On this adventure continues. Batman the Adventures Continue.
Mm-hmm.
I read some of them, and they're okay, you know?
Cool.
They're like comic book versions of the cartoon.
I think they can make
You know?
Batman the Animated Series if they just did it almost like the old one, just using today's technology, and man, they could make it crazy. They just got to use their talents.
I don't think their intention would be to reboot it. I think their intention would be to do a continuation of it. You know, start where they left off and do new stories. You know what I mean? But with the animation, that was drawn animation. There's not much drawn animation anymore. It's all, everybody wants to do CGI. The cartoons you watch on TV.
That's what it'll be. It's not going to be drawn animation.
No. They tried that and it didn't look good. The Batman animated series was one of the best drawn, like the first few seasons. There was the continuation that was Batman and Robin. They got a whole different team of artists. Like, instead of using the original artist, like, we're sending it to Japan to be drawn and all that, and they were sending it back all wrong and shit, you know? But no, the first few seasons of Batman the Animated Series are some of the best,
There's only four. There's only 4 seasons of it.
Animated superhero shows there are, you know?
Another guardian.
They actually put a lot of time and effort into, the style and
Could a Batman the Animated Series continuation be in the works at Warner Bros? Another Guardian of the Galaxy is confirmed for Thor, Love and Thunder. She-Hulk's cast expands. There's good news for more Snowpiercer. Plus, what's to come on The Expanse? And get a new look at Netflix's Winx Club reboot. Spoilers now.
What?
This is a website called Gizmodo. Very weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, very weird.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at
It's
the...
one of those sites that tend to deal with a lot of random entertainment stuff.
Yeah, I don't believe they'll do an animated.
Yeah, that article I just read was kind of shit. Now, the concept of using elements from the comics that continued the animated series is a good idea, but I feel like there's just so much material when it comes to Batman.
Mm-hmm.
There's decades and decades and decades worth of comics.
80.
You don't necessarily have to go to some, material like that.
No, here it says there was only 2.
The original animated...
Here it says there's only 2 seasons. This is weird. Batman the Animated Series aired from 92 to 95 for 85 episodes over 2 seasons. When I looked on Google, it said 4 seasons, so it says 2 seasons here.
Hey, it's a little weird because one of the seasons was like, I can't remember how many episodes, but it was as if it was like 3 seasons into 1 season.
Weird.
And then 1 season was like really short.
Mm-hmm.
And then they continued it with the Batman and Robin cartoon. And it was still the same show, but they named it a different thing and included Robin more, you know?
Yeah.
Also, like I said, the animation was completely different, but it was the same, writers, and it was the same, voice actors, and everything. It's just the animation was weird, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But it actually ran for a lot longer than that says, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because it was continued in Batman and Robin. Also, the same... This is what's called the Timverse. It's Bruce Timm.
Mm-hmm.
In the 90s, he He took Batman and did that animated series. He took Superman and did that animated series. He was doing the Justice League animated at the time. And then the Batman spun off into Batman Beyond. And then I think Static Shock was in that Timverse as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So there's like this whole thing, you know?
That's pretty amazing.
The Timverse is like its own little encapsulated universe.
I would be open to any kind of Batman you throw my way. I'm open to it.
Yeah. Even the Robert Pattinson Batman.
Yep, even the sparkly Batman.
I don't think he's going to sparkle.
Hey,
I just think he's going to be very emo.
How loud is this? Like, did we do a sound check? How loud are these characters talking?
I'm not certain. I can check her. Hey, she looks like an actress. I can't remember the actress's name.
All the people in this on this game supposedly are. It said. Now, I wasn't streaming when it did this, but it said all kinds of famous people.
Can't even hear the characters talking.
Yeah, it said all kinds of famous people are in this. It's like a movie.
I see. So it's like a basketball game with like a storyline?
Yeah. It's called My Player.
How fucking weird.
So we're trying to get signed, it looks like, in the NBA. It would be great if we could have some captions on.
Huh?
I said it would be great if we could have some captions on.
Oh, captions, so you know what's going on?
Yeah.
I see. No, yeah, like, I just recently, like, within the past couple of years, went back and binge-watched all of those animated series. Not all of them, just the Batman and Robin ones.
Batman and Batman and Robin? What year was the Batman and Robin?
I'm talking about the animated. I'm not talking about that crazy movie with George Clooney.
Yeah, what year was that?
I'm not sure what year they switched it over. But it started out as the animated series, and then, like, the animated series didn't exactly get canceled, it just got, like, changed. And it's considered separate, but it's not. But there are some things that got a little retconned, like, Cat outfit is completely different, and different things like that. The drawing is completely different. All sorts of things are different. I think Catwoman's a brunette too in the Batman and Robin one. But I think I'm not sure if it's within the series that they explain, or if it's in the comics. But it's explained that she stopped dyeing her hair for like animal testing reasons, like she didn't agree with animal testing. I don't know. Which is in line with, you know, Catwoman.
Mm-hmm. I don't agree with animal testing. I'm in line with Catwoman.
Animal activism.
Yep, I'm so tired. Yeah, I'm in line with animal activism for sure. How do you like my guy's hairstyle?
Who's over here snoring and snoring?
Hey, how do you like my guy's hairstyle, Buck Benona?
The giant afro?
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. It looks gray, though. Is it gray?
It's blonde.
It looks gray.
That's cool. It's platinum. Platinum. That's what gray is. Yeah. So I found out.
Which is a fancy word for gray.
Thanks, Elite Edge. Thanks. I found out that. Remember, I sent you 1/16. Hey, there's Scotty. Scotty Pippen.
Oh, it even looks like Scottie Pippen.
That's Scotty Pippen. Yep.
What's with the... Are you moving the mic around or something?
No?
It just sounded like you dragged it across the table.
Nope.
But something happened between my freshman and my junior year.
I grew taller.
I called inches. Yeah. I was 6'7", and starting to feast on cats. But this ain't no Duke. It's Central Arkansas. My coach is going crazy, going broke.
Hold on, let me look up the New Adventures of Batman and Robin.
Yeah,
That's
please
what it's
do.
called. The New Adventures of Batman and Robin is the series,
A man named
where it was a continuation.
he was known as the Super Scout.
All right, thanks, Scotty. I'm gonna go play the game now, homie. These movies are nice and everything. I want to play the game. Let me play the game. Get me in the game. I want to play the game. Number 69.
Okay. The New Adventures of Batman and Robin started in 1997. And it started with, I think it was a Harley Quinn episode called Holiday Nights. Yeah. Yep.
Cool. Harlequin.
It was alternatively called the New Batman Adventures.
Welcome to the Portsmouth Invitational. Compete with the best college seniors in the country to earn an invite to the NBA draft. This is your first chance to give scouts an initial impression of your strengths and weaknesses. Play against other perspectives in a 5-on-5 scrimmage to prove you are ready. Well, my dude sucks. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Yeah, that's a weird thing. Is this series? It's all the same series basically, but it's the Batman the Animated Series, and then you've got the New Batman Adventures, and then you've got the New Adventures of Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
And they're all basically the same series, but they're considered separate. Even though it's linear, it goes from one series into the next, and it's all the same. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow.
Yeah, linear.
As long as you've got Kevin Conroy doing Batman's voice, I don't care, man. Kevin Conroy is Batman, and Mark Hamill is the Joker.
Where's Kevin Conroy from? What part of the world?
I'm not certain.
What else does Kevin Conroy do except for the Batman voice? Or besides
Mainly
the
the
Batman?
Batman voice.
What's that?
He was on some soaps, and he was in like some he did some stage acting, I believe.
Like Days of Our Lives?
He started out as like a stage actor. Let's look at he's from Westbury, New York.
Oh, I worked in
He
Westbury,
went
New York.
to the Juilliard. He went to Juilliard.
Hey, hold on. I gotta. Son of a bitch. Surgeon's calling me. Hold on. I gotta take this call. Hello.
All right.
Hey, how you doing? Oh my gosh, she's doing so good. I can't believe you're calling me. I gotta tell you, this experience with you has been the most amazing. I can't even put it into words. That you guys are calling me. You're calling me. I cannot even believe it. I've been floating off the floor, so happy with the way that you treated my wife. Oh my gosh, that's not routine. You came to the room and took her to the place. That ain't routine. I have never seen that in my life. You're getting a 5-star rating for me, and that's something else. I'm so thankful. You are the best. She's doing real good. She's doing real good. She's feeling good. Oh yeah. It was hard to even get through the nasal swab. Honestly, it was a tough thing. She was having a panic attack, but we did it, and yeah, for sure. My God, thank you for calling me. I can't believe it. I'm going to tell her that you're checking. She's asleep right now. Yep. Yep. Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Doc. Have a great night. Yeah, bye now. Listen.
Well, that's something.
The fucking surgeon is calling me at 9:16 p.m. to make sure that we're okay. Can you believe this?
Fantastic.
Huh?
That's fantastic.
It's nothing. There's no one that does this. He's like, oh, it's routine. This is not routine, okay? It's just not routine. I've been around. This ain't my first rodeo. This fucking guy is Superman. Him and his team. Mostly him, but the people, because he's so good, the people around him are that way too, you know? Pretty amazing. Pretty fucking amazing.
Yeah. Huh.
Unbelievable. I'm shocked. Are you shocked? I'm shocked. Unbelievable.
Right.
Can you believe that? Have you ever heard of such a thing? The whole day it's been like, what? You're calling me again? You're calling me and checking? Man. Highly recommend this surgeon. The best.
Well, how can you highly recommend the surgeon? You probably shouldn't say any names.
I'm not saying any names. I'm just saying highly recommended. Hey, if you know me and you want to know, we'll talk about it privately. But my goodness, I had to take that call. I did it on the podcast. How funny is that?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's okay. I just made sure, I didn't say anything identifying, correct? We're good. I didn't hurt patient-doctor confidentiality. But man, if anybody needs a surgeon, I don't even know what to say. I can't even believe it. I'm so thankful. I'm so blessed. I feel so blessed. My wife has such nice treatment. I've never heard of any of this.
Yeah, a lot of what Kevin Conroy has done has been voiceover work for Batman. He's been in a lot of different projects.
That's it, huh?
Well, he also did stage. He did work on stage, in theater.
Like what? For what plays?
Lolita and Eastern Standard in 81 and 89.
Oh, so the play was called Lolita?
Yeah.
Like Epstein's plane? The Lolita Express?
That was named after something that existed before that plane, so.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. He was also in, weird things. He was in a movie called Chain of Desire in 92.
That sounds like a porn.
I don't know. It's a film. He was in a movie. He was in a TV show called How to Pick Up Girls. He played a bartender. He was in Another World in 1980. He played Jerry Grove in 6 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Born Beautiful. He played somebody named Stan in a television film. He was in a television film for A Midsummer Night's Dream. He played Lysander. He played Ted Kennedy in a Kennedy miniseries in 1983.
Ted Kennedy in a Kennedy miniseries.
Yeah,
okay.
he played Ted Kennedy in an 83 miniseries about Kennedy. He was on an episode of Matlock playing somebody named Bud
Matlock.
Harrison.
Now we're talking. Okay. Now he's real to me. If you're on Matlock, you're somebody.
Right. He was on Cheers. He played somebody named Daryl Mead in 2 episodes. He was on Murphy Brown. He played somebody named Roger Harris.
But he was on Matlock. That's the real key.
Yeah, so he's done some bit parts on TV here and there. He was on the crossover event last year for the Arrowverse, but they did Crisis on Infinite Earths, their own version of it.
Mm-hmm.
And he played a future version of Batman that kind of went wrong and, like, killed Superman. And so they went to this alternate universe to talk to him about something, and they just assumed he was, like, regular Batman at first, but then come to find out he's, like, psycho murderous Batman, and he's, you know.
Yeah, it was an animated thing or like a cartoon?
That was live action. He played Bruce Wayne live action with, like, a mech suit. That he was, like, his version of Bruce Wayne in that was so injured that he couldn't even walk without, like, help.
I see.
And he's, like, old. You can find that, the scenes he did on YouTube real easy. Kevin Conroy. I can't remember which show that was. It's from the Crisis on Infinite Earth thing. Tom Welling was involved in that. So many different actors. The guy who played Flash on the original, like, 90s Flash series was in that, because it was, like, all sorts of infinite, multiple realities, or whatever you call them. Universes, you know? So they brought back actors who'd played... Oh, Brandon Routh was in that. The guy who played Superman in Superman Returns.
Mm-hmm.
He played a future version of Superman, who also kind of went a little bit wonky. You know?
Yep, he goes to the Comic-Cons.
Yep. Well, he's also in, what the hell is the name of that one? Something of Tomorrow. Jeez. I can't remember It's another Arrowverse show, but it's like a weird time travel-y thing.
A time travel-y Arrowverse? Why do we call it Arrowverse?
It is the Arrowverse.
What's that mean?
It's the CW it's the CW DC universe, in which Arrow basically takes the place of Batman.
Oh, I see.
But he's dead now in that Arrowverse, so.
Arrow's dead?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I just got dunked on.
He died in that crossover event.
Okay.
And they tried to replace him with Batwoman, and that's not working out too well.
Okay.
Yeah. That's not working out too well because the writing has been absolutely horrible. They had Ruby Rose play Batwoman the first couple seasons. If you watch John Wick 3, I believe, you'll know who she is.
Mm-hmm.
The short-haired girl that I think she didn't speak or something. I can't remember what the thing was. Maybe she was deaf. I think she spoke with sign language.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That woman was playing Batwoman on the CW. But the writing was terrible. It was really bad. And she left that show, and they've replaced her with a new Batwoman now. I haven't been paying attention to it, though, so I couldn't tell you. I tried to watch it, but it was just terrible.
That's a sexist comment. Women are just as good as men.
No, actually, it's not. I was totally on board with a Batwoman TV show. I thought it'd be awesome. I really thought it'd be awesome, but the villains were shitty. It all had to do with this sister of hers that, like, got separated and kidnapped or something and turned crazy, and she's Alice. and it's very almost soap opera-ish. Like, it was just too much. It was ridiculous. It was really ridiculous.
Arrowverse. Can you tell me more about the Arrowverse? Because I hear you talk about it a lot.
Well,
What's the
main
difference?
shows I've watched in the Arrowverse have been Arrow and Supergirl, and I've watched the first. I'm behind on Black Lightning. I got behind on a lot of TV shows for various reasons.
Oh, it's called
I
Black
need to get
Lightning,
back
you
to-
said? What's Black Lightning about?
It's a guy who, well, the premise of the show is that he used to be a superhero, but he retired,
Mm-hmm.
and he's got a wife, and he's got kids, and he's a principal of a school in a bad neighborhood. And he's a retired superhero, though, so he's not in the game when the show starts. But things happen. I think his daughter gets kidnapped. A whole bunch of stuff happens, so he ends up coming back as Black Lightning. You know? Yep. And it's got the guy who played Dexter's dad, Harry, as his guy. Like, it's not Alfred. I don't know what to call this guy. He's like his helper guy. He helps him out. He's a tailor. He
Like
makes
an
the
Alfred.
suit. He drives the car. He's like a secret agent guy that helps Black Lightning, you know?
Okay. Is
Yeah.
Black Lightning like a Latino man?
He is a black man.
No way. That's such a racist name. Why would they call him Black Lightning? Why couldn't he be just Lightning?
That's the way the character was created. If you go back and read the comics, it's not...
Yeah, but a lot of people were racist back in the day. This is 2021.
Yeah.
We can't be calling him Black Lightning and
it's
he's a
called
black guy.
Lightning, and yep. Eventually, his daughters end up developing superpowers, and they start helping out here and there. His oldest daughter, when she holds her breath, she has super strength, but only when she holds her breath. So she's Thunder, and then his other daughter is like, she's got very similar powers to him. What his powers are is electricity. And he's like, almost like a battery, right?
Okay.
The way he deals with power. But his youngest daughter is more like a generator, where she generates energy, and she can, like, manipulate different things. You know? She's kind of like, jeez, what was the name of that character? It was a bad guy on Batman. Who was like, they could, like, travel through the electrical wires and shit. Livewire, I think that was the name of the character I'm thinking of. She's kind of like that, except she's not a bad guy, you know?
Livewire, huh?
But
A character that's named
she
after an
goes
electrical
by-
wire and cable. Amazing.
yeah. But no, Black Lightning's youngest daughter goes by Lightning, so his daughters are Thunder and Lightning. Yep.
Because I don't know when they came up with that, but when I was in school, middle school, me and my friend Paul used to go like this to each other. We would flex. I would kiss my right arm and I would say, I take care of them. Kiss my left arm and I would say, they take care of me. And I would flex both and I would say, Thunder and Lightning. My right arm was Thunder, my left arm was Lightning. I feel like I should sue these people for patent infringement. Trademark infringement.
Well, the comic book existed. The comic book existed when you were a very small child, I think. So.
What was it called? Black Lightning? Alexa, what year did the comic book Black Lightning come out?
Here's something I found on the web. According to in.com, created in 1977, Black Lightning was
1977?
the DC comic superhero to get his own
I never read Black Lightning. I never heard of it.
That's because your comic book choices were racist.
Oh, really?
Apparently. You've never heard of Black Lightning.
I never have, no. It sounds like a racist name, though, to a character. See, I made my guy I made my guy the same percentage of African that I am. Approximately. That's what I try to do when making him. And I learned today that to get status in a Native American tribe, you need to be 1/16 Native American. Which comes out to what, 6% or something like that?
I don't know.
So that means 23andMe says I'm going to go to what were those colleges? I'm going to apply to a historically black college and university. HBCU. And I'm going to give them my papers.
I feel like this is some sort of a weird Steve Martin movie that you're starring in.
I'm going to give them my papers that show my percentage because they're going to question me because my skin's too light, just like this guy here on the game. And they're going to say, damn, well, you got your papers and it shows you got whatever percentage. And I'll say, yeah, more than the 1/16. I'm skipping ahead. I just want to play the video game. I just want to play the game.
Temple has K is 1,000, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Tim Pool has 43,000 people watching right now. Buck Benona has 1 watching.
I see 2 right now on my end.
Oh,
2
really?
fans watching. And you know what? Tim Pool's been doing this for years. And he shows his face and says who he is. Buck Benona don't say shit, but it's way more entertaining. At times it's not. At times it's not more entertaining. At times it's terrible. But we have our moments. And you know what? If you're somebody that knows me, and I've sent you a link to this podcast, and you get the chance and you can log in and listen, this is a time where we can be friends. We can connect. So that's what it's all about. If I can get my friends on here, and man, we're getting new subscribers. I got people messaging me now on the PlayStation app. More, not just the 2.
I saw a higher number today than I did yesterday.
Yeah, that's all you could do. Look at this girl's outfit.
Right.
Damn, girl. I can't see you in that camouflage. What are you wearing? What are these tight shirt things? I am not going to prepare for the combine. I'm a freaking phenom. Look at my hair. I do need some better shoes than this garbage you got me wearing, though. Get me some Air Jordans, please. Where's my Air Jordans? What do I got to win some championships before they sign me? I need a pair of Air Jordans. Or at least a good pair of Nikes. The ones this guy's wearing are junk.
Right. So, aside from that, that's Black Lightning. Other shows in the Arrowverse I've watched are Supergirl and Arrow.
Speaking of homosexual superheroes, who is your favorite in the Arrowverse that is a gay, lesbian, gay, LGB, bisexual, transsexual, or queer?
There are a lot of them, so it's hard to pick.
Like, who's your favorite? Who's your favorite?
If I had to pick one LGBTQ actual character,
Yeah, your favorite.
I think it'd be Mr. Terrific.
Who's that?
He's on Arrow.
Mr. T is his name?
Mr. Terrific. I think it's Mr. Terrific. It's either Mr. Terrific or Mr. Fantastic. I think it's Terrific, though.
There's a lot of movies on this fucking thing. I just want to play games. I'm just going to skip the movies. Listen, if you're here to watch these movies and not listen to our Phenomenal podcast. This is a great podcast. There's not a lot of places you can find a podcast like this with real people that say the real shit. Yep, you can't.
Anyway, to continue my answer, if you want to talk about LGBTQ actors,
I hear Dave Chappelle say LBGTQ. He says the B first.
what?
Dave Chappelle, he
I
says
don't
the
know.
B first.
I don't know why. But, like we talked about yesterday, there's a guy called, what the fuck is his name now? I just blanked. John Barrowman. We talked about him last night. He's on Arrow. He plays a character called Malcolm Merlin. In the first season or two, he's like a nemesis of the Green Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
And he is the father of the Green Arrow's best friend, Tommy Merlin. Yep.
Cool.
Malcolm Merlin. But he's a straight guy. At some point in the series, I think he marries Green Arrow's mom. Or something like that. I can't remember. Because there's like weird alternate reality stuff trickling into my mind too. I'm not sure how that worked out. They might have dated. They might have been engaged. They might have been married. Hard for me to remember, you know?
Yeah, cool. Interesting.
But, yeah, he was a bad dude.
Now that it's Black History Month, I think we should definitely have some Black History Month stuff on the pod. What does Black History Month mean to you, Rose? What does Black History Month mean to you, Rose?
This time of month, I tend to remember when I was going to school in Whitehall years ago. And had some relatives, I can't remember because I was so young. I had some relatives of Martin Luther King come to the school, and we had an assembly, and we listened to them speak for about an hour and a half. And it was just really interesting. I think it was his niece and maybe a son? I can't remember. You know? I know the man, his name was also Martin Luther King, maybe the third?
Somebody right in Whitehall was named that, huh?
No. They weren't from Whitehall. They came to Whitehall.
Martin Luther King Jr. came to Whitehall?
I think the third.
Oh, okay, to talk about something, okay.
Right.
So to Black History Month to
school
you...
assembly, they had them there as speakers.
So to you, Black History Month means...
Well, no, I just tend to remember that around Black History Month. I remember that happened, and he looked a lot like Martin Luther King, too. It was, like, a really interesting experience.
Weird.
I mean, I was really young at the time. I didn't really know much about much.
And that's what it means to you? Is some guy in Whitehall?
Huh?
It means that some guy came to visit you in Whitehall, right?
Martin Luther King Jr. I believe it was Martin Luther King Jr. the third.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I think one of Martin Luther King Jr.'s nieces were with him. Or it might have been the fourth. It's hard for me to remember. I do remember his name was Martin Luther King. I just don't remember the number, the Roman numeral after his name. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They were indeed relatives of Martin Luther King, and they did a whole assembly, and it was really interesting.
Cool, man. That's good to know.
I mean, honestly, wouldn't you associate the, like...
That's what it means to you. So to you, Black History Month...
It's not what it means, necessarily. It's just I tend to have that on my mind, you know?
Yeah. No,
because, I mean...
Cool, man.
That's a connection to one of the most famous black leaders of all time.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know?
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting answer. I appreciate that. It's good to know.
I just wish I could remember more because I was young, really young at the time. I was stupid and couldn't remember things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When you're a kid, I was younger than our nieces now, you know?
And a dunk. Got him. Got him. Is there any songs that stand out to you for the month of February, Black History Month, that really make you think, you know what? This really makes me proud to support Black History Month.
I don't know. Songs?
Yeah, is there any songs that stick out to you? For me, it's Beyonce. Beyonce has a lot of songs, and she makes me think, she makes me see just amazingness through her. And I feel like there should literally be a Beyonce month. That's how amazing she is. But she represents so well, So that's when I hear Beyonce. She's got some songs. I think she has a thing on Disney. The Disney thing is called. I can't remember. Black is King. Black is King. That's what it's called. Yeah, give that a look-see. It's Black History Month. Check it out.
I might. I haven't had a lot of time lately.
Maybe we should both review it and then talk about it on the pod. Black is King. And I don't really know what that name means, but it definitely feels powerful to me.
I'm not entirely a Beyonce fan. I used to be.
I'm a Beyonce fan.
I liked her first album.
I'm a Beyonce fan.
I know you are.
Mm-hmm.
I liked her first album.
Which one? Like Destiny's Child?
We're talking like Crazy in Love and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, those are okay. I like her newer music's much better.
Well, you're a fan.
The stuff that's not even played on the radio is the best.
Well, yeah, you're a fan. You're gonna be into anything Beyonce does.
I love Beyonce. Yep. Did I say that?
I'm not really a fan.
Welcome to the B Money Podcast. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I don't need these movies. I just want to play the game, baby. Let's play the game. Play the game. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's Legends of Tomorrow is the Arrowverse show I was trying to remember the name of. I've tried to watch the first episode, and I never really got into it. I plan on doing it eventually. I plan on watching all those shows, The Flash, but I never seem to get the time. I've got a lot of things that depend on me all the time, so
Can you name? What are some of those things?
On my own is
if
hard.
you put your hand up in front of your face, and you look at your palm.
Why?
You put your hand up in front of your face, and then you look at your palm. And you see the five
it's all
fingers.
dried out and cracked.
You see the 5 fingers staring back at you. What are those 5 things in your life? Those people and things that depend on you. What are you seeing?
It's personal. We're not getting into it.
All right, Skip. Skip, let me play the game. I just want to play the game, baby. Compete with a full slate of, and I think I hurt my arm today. There's like a
Right
bruise.
now, I'm behind on shows I want to watch, and you're like, we should watch this, we should watch that.
What
And
are
I
the
don't
shows
wanna
you?
watch Beyonce.
What are the shows you want to watch? Compete with a full slate of NBA draft hopefuls. Run through various shooting, strength, agility drills. See how you stack up. Finish up with an opportunity to go head to head. Okay. I don't know how I'm going to stack up. My dude ain't very good. I'm not a shooter.
Well, I haven't watched, I think it was tonight's Prodigal Son. What day is it? Is it Tuesday?
Today is Tuesday. Yep.
Prodigal Son's on tonight. I'm going to have to watch that later. I like that show a lot. You'd like it if you could,
Yeah. Who stars in that?
Fox.
Angela Lansbury.
No. It's got, it's a actor who was on The Walking Dead.
Did you see Dustin Diamond passed away? Do you know how?
Cancer.
Cancer.
Carcinoma.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently he was just diagnosed a little while ago, and I guess he died pretty quickly after being diagnosed. But anyway, no. It has an actor that was in The Walking Dead. I don't know if you watched The Walking Dead, or have you watched it?
Yeah, I've watched it.
Are you caught up on it?
I don't know. I think I watched the whole thing. It's over, right?
Well, there's a character that goes by the name Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus. Yep.
Okay, the guy who plays Jesus in The Walking Dead is the main character on Prodigal Son.
Really? They said this
Yeah.
guy's
And
extremely
he plays
amazing.
He plays like this kind of neurotic guy. He's like kind of emo and weird. Mainly because he is the son of a serial killer. And he is a criminal profiler that works with the police to help solve murders.
Okay.
And his father, played by Michael Sheen, who's also in that show you and Bam watch called, what was it? It's the one with the angel and the devil.
Yeah, that was a good show on Amazon.
Or the demon. Yeah. Yeah, he plays, in that show, I think he plays the angel guy. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But in this show, he's playing a weird, kooky serial killer who's in prison. And, so, the main character, Malcolm Bright, played by the guy who played Jesus in The Walking Dead, solves murders, and occasionally he has to go to his father, who was a serial killer named the Surgeon, for help in figuring out these criminals, you know, figuring out these murders. What's his name? Lou Diamond Phillips is also in the show. He plays like his boss, like I don't know if he's like the chief of police or what his job is exactly, or detective, you know. But the way this younger guy met the Lou Diamond Phillips character is he was like a little kid, and this cop had come to his house, and they were like rich people, like super high society rich. You know, his father was like this highly paid surgeon who also happened to be a serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
But this cop comes to the door, and he's going to arrest his father, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the little kid kind of knows that his father is planning on killing this cop, so So he saves the cop. He's like, my dad's gonna kill you, you know. He's trying to poison him with tea or something. I can't remember, but so his father goes to prison, and the cop kind of becomes a mentor, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So he grows up, and he is now a criminal profiler. He's got a sister. He's got a really wacky mom who's like a socialite. They're like a well-to-do upper-class family. It's kind of weird, you know. It's hard to explain, but it is a good show. We're in the second season now, and I believe it's on Fox. Yeah, it's on Fox. So, if you get an opportunity to catch that show, you could probably binge the first season if you can find it on any of the...
I'll only watch it if you're there.
Huh?
I'm only going to watch it if you're there.
Well...
Yep.
Well, that's lame, because I've already watched it.
I'm only watching it if you're there to watch with me.
Well, it's a decent show, and it's like, almost, like it could be in the same universe, except a different part of the world,
Yeah.
as Dexter.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
I feel like they're going to screw up the new Dexter.
Universe, like it's by the same, it goes by similar serial killer rules, you know what I mean?
Do you feel like they're going to screw up the new Dexter? Because I do. I think they're going to screw it all up.
I don't know. I have no clue. I'm open-minded. I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. You know? So wait and see what happens. Hey, we're live, lady.
What's going on? You guys doing some
all over the
doing
place,
some construction
making all
over there?
sorts of noise. Huh?
Doing some construction?
Mom's up getting a bowl of cereal. It's very loud.
I'm so shocked that that surgeon called me. So shocked. Yep.
Cool.
What do you think about that?
I think that's hyper professional.
Uncommon.
Saying it's like just what they do. Maybe with COVID, that's something they're doing.
I don't know, man. I've never heard
I don't know.
I've never heard of
I don't
any of
understand
this.
how that would make sense, but
I've never heard of any of this. I've had surgery. Nobody's ever done any of this shit. It's fucking weird. Yep. I'm glad we were able to do a short podcast tonight. I didn't know if we would be able to do any.
right.
You know? Pretty cool that we can. You know who we need on as a guest?
Who?
What's that guy with the Jeep that you used to hang out with?
I don't know who you're talking
He's still
about.
friends with Justin. He has a Jeep.
Crystal Jordan had a Jeep.
Yeah. Can Crystal Jordan be a podcast guest?
I haven't heard from her in many years. I shouldn't have named names, but, you know, my brain isn't working.
Yeah, nobody knows who that is. What do I got to do here?
Yeah, and she's been all over the country, so.
Ah.
And also
Oops.
there are many of them. I haven't heard from her in years, though, so.
Okay. Remember when she fought with Karen?
Yep. Let's not get into it, though. It's kind of personal details.
No, it's not. Nobody knows or cares. Nobody knows anything. Nobody knows the name that
Right.
name. Nobody knows nothing. We can talk about whatever the fuck we want.
Mm. Hmm.
Terrible. Not very good. The first one I did was good. This sucks. I
Yeah.
don't want to do these things. I just want to play the game. Is there a way I can skip this stuff?
I don't know.
Can I quit?
Another show that we watch over here, I got Ultra into it now, but we watch Lucifer,
Yeah.
which, yeah, that's it's sort of DC. It's connected to DC, but it's not like, you know, it's loosely based on the comics from DC, but it's different, you know? It's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like its own thing. It's a TV show that started out loosely based on the Lucifer from the comics. That, the Constantine comics cross over into that, and like some of the other ones, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I've been watching that show since it came out. And then Tom Welling was on it for a season. Clark Kent from Smallville was on that. It's a pretty decent little supernatural type show
Yeah.
where the devil decides he wants to start helping solve crimes. It's really odd. But it's kind of like its own little thing, you know? I've always said, like, so many times when you get some sort of a weird supernatural show, it's almost always, you know, vampire helps solve crime. Immortal guy helps solve crime. The devil helps solve crime. It's always a crime show. If it's not a crime show, it's a doctor show, you know? Like, there's doctors and ghosts. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I've seen a number of different vampire shows, and I like vampire shows. But there's this thing that always happens where it's always, he's a vampire working as a private detective or something like that. The vampire solves crimes. Okay, but it's like, you know, it's been done over and over and over again.
How about a
You know?
gay vampire that picks up dudes in the night? How about a gay vampire that picks up dudes in the middle of the night, but the dudes are serial killers, and then he bangs them, but then he kills them, kind of like Dexter.
So it's like vampire Dexter who's also gay and a rapist.
Similar, yes. Yep.
You know, there's probably a television studio out there that would take that story and run with it.
It sounds really good to me.
They just put heavy emphasis on the gay part, and everything would be okay.
I just want to be done doing these stupid drills. I don't want to do them. I just want to play the game. Is there a way I can just play the game?
I don't know. I've never played this game.
Holy shit, this is stupid. I don't want to do this. I just want to play basketball. Can I do that? Perhaps I picked the wrong game mode. I have to do all this nonsense. They're always talking. Talking is for
This has been a
women
bunch of weird
and aliens.
movies, and now it's drills.
This sucks. This is stupid. I don't want to do this.
Huh. Ultra says, look at the guy in the purple suit. He's dancing or something.
I don't know. I just want this to be done. I'm so sick of this shit.
It's like a red suit. Yeah, that guy off to the side, he's dancing. You see him?
Yeah, I don't know. Let me be done with this shit, please.
Now he's looking at his phone.
Just draft me to a horrible team. I don't care.
Ah!
It was horrible. I don't want to do this stuff. I don't. How do I skip it?
I don't know.
Is there a way to skip it? Quit. Quit. That's what I want to do. I don't want to do these drills. I'm not playing this game to do pretend. Just like what's that quote by my favorite baseball player ever, Kenny Powers. He says, hold on. It's a great quote. Kenny Powers says, I play real sports, not trying to be the best at exercising. Let's see if I can find a clip.
Play with each other. Kenny Powers in my school. Wow. It is a true pleasure to meet you. I'm just a huge fan. Terrence Cutler, principal. Oh, big boss man. Okay. Well, when I heard that you were going to be subbing here, I almost lost my mind. Well, that's good for you. Well, there's something you need to know about, Kenny. You're not the only athlete here at Jeff Davis. I happen to be training for a triathlon right now, so doing a lot of running and cycling, swimming. Well, you know all about that. No, actually, I don't. I play real sports. Not trying to be the best at exercising. Fuck this guy. This guy. Hilarious.
Hilarious.
I play real sports, not trying to be the best at exercising. So is there a way that I can play this my career without doing these dumb drills? I don't want to do the fucking drills.
I have no clue.
Can I just get done with the combine? I just don't want to do it. I just want to play basketball games. I don't want to do weightliftings or anything. Just want to get a ball and make the ball go in the hoop. You know what I mean? Oh, they're going to make me do the whole fucking thing again. Nope. 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 I am not doing any of this again. Fuck this shit. How do we get out of it is the question. I don't want to take 5 shots. Is this serious? They're going to make me do this fucking bullshit again? Holy smokes. Oh, rose clarity. I just don't know if I can do it.
You're the one who picked this game.
I don't want to do this. I just want to shoot I just want to play basketball. So I cooked Amber up some cream of wheat with maple brown sugar.
Oh, good stuff.
Mm-hmm. I fed the dogs. The dogs got their standard beef food, and then they got treats afterwards.
Standard beef food.
Yeah,
Okay.
beef food. Man, I just did all this dumb shit, and I have to do it again. You know what? I need to just not worry about it. I'll just talk to you. Let's do the podcast, and I'll just like do this and not even think about it. Really sucks. All right, what should we talk about?
What do you want to talk about? What would we normally be talking about at this point in the podcast? The question.
Tom Cruise.
Well, I don't have any new Tom Cruise stuff. Oh, except for the fact that he was pictured wearing 2 masks recently.
He was not.
Yeah.
Wow, you should put a link to that in the comments.
No, I don't want to. I don't have an article or anything. I just know it because I was watching something. Oh, it's on Crowder. Crowder showed it today on
Crowder
his show.
showed Tom Cruise?
Yeah, he was listing off people who've been wearing the 2 masks, and in the list of people, Tom Cruise was in there.
Weird. Doesn't Crowder know that Tom Cruise will kick his ass?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Did he say anything that wasn't true?
Crowder's a pretty big.
Masks.
Crowder's a pretty big guy, huh?
Well, he managed to put the Hodge twins in. What's that lock called?
Figure 4?
Like a lock? Huh?
A figure 4
Some
lock?
kind of headlock. What?
A figure 4 lock?
I don't know what it's called. You know these things. I don't.
So he beat the Hodge twins up. He was racist. And beat up some black guys.
No, he was supposedly teaching them some sort of martial arts.
He was teaching them?
Yeah, teaching them.
Huh. Is that what they call it these
Yeah.
days? Because Juicy got beat up on the street going to Subway. Remember that?
The Hodge twins were willing participants in it, so they wanted to learn. There's a video on YouTube of Crowder and the Hodge twins doing some martial arts. I don't remember what it's called.
Were they wearing like martial arts gis?
I guess. I don't know.
Do you know what a gi is?
Nope. No clue.
Like the suit the Karate Kid wears?
Something like that.
Do you think that men should be able to play against women in sports? As long as they say they identify as a woman?
Here's a question. Do you think women should be able to play against men?
No. They'll get destroyed at everything. That's not a put down, just is what it is.
Athletic things, maybe.
Yeah, when I was in 8th grade, the WNBA players came to the court. All-stars. WNBA All-Star Olympians. And do you know what? I kicked the living fuck out of them, and I was in 8th grade. Okay? Just so you know.
Yeah.
Yep. That's how it is. It's common. High school players can beat pro women's basketball players.
I see.
High school boys players is what I'm trying to say. Is that sexist for me to say that?
I don't know.
I'm asking you. You're a woman.
I don't
Do you
know.
feel put down when I say what I did?
I know I was extremely demoralized when it came to sports because I had an older brother that constantly tried to get me to play sports with him and then would use it as an opportunity to hurt me.
I don't know anything about that. That's a terrible older
So,
brother.
like
Sorry that happened to
any
you.
sports that included a ball usually ended up with him throwing it at my face.
Throwing a ball at your face, that's abuse.
Yep. Or tackling. My brother was like 5 years older than me, and I was like a little kid.
Sounds like a cool guy.
Yeah. Yep. He'd like tackle me and like throw me on the ground, and then he'd jump up and start yelling about how he's the best and he's the greatest.
Interesting.
And I'd have like dirt all over in my mouth and face and shit.
And how does that relate, do you think, to Black History Month?
I have no idea.
How does your childhood...
But I'm not interested in sports because of the situations with my brother.
And how does that relate to February's Black History Month?
I have no idea.
Well, think about it. How does that relate to you? Like, what does that mean to you?
I have no idea. Ultra said he did good in gym because of our older brother.
Probably beat some asses, huh?
Our older brother was a little bit nicer to Ultra, though.
That's bullshit. That's what girls always say. Yep. So I always like to check in on the weather. What's the weather like over there in your neck of the woods?
Let me check the weather. Give me a moment.
Oh, you don't know what it's like outside?
According to my phone, hold on, it's 30 degrees, mostly cloudy.
You
25
mentioned
degrees, partly cloudy. It just updated.
you mentioned the other
Wind
day.
0 miles per hour.
What was
What
that?
happened?
You
What
mentioned
just happened?
a huge crash.
Yeah. I hope a cat didn't get hurt or something.
Speaking of cats, you mentioned the other day about walking your cat
Yeah?
on the podcast. Where did you get that idea?
Uh-huh.
Where'd you get the
Where
idea
did I
to
get
walk
that
a
idea?
yeah, to walk a cat? How'd that idea come to fruition? When did you start walking cats? And why?
Mom had a leash that she was going to use to walk her cat at one point in time. And when we brought, it didn't work out because that cat wouldn't take to a leash. It would like freak out and lay on the ground, and it didn't walk, right? And there was no getting it to get used to the harness and the leash. So that idea got scrapped, right?
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, well, I'd lost a cat, and then I was trying to find a cat, and in the process, I ended up finding a cat that needed a home, so we brought him home. But he was an outdoors cat. I mean, he lived outdoors. He wanted to be outdoors, but I don't want to have any more outdoors cats because I don't want to lose any more. I don't want neighbors hurting my cats. So they're indoors cats now, right? But he was, used to the outdoors, and he felt like I was being mean to him, and he'd cry and cry and cry. So, like, within a few days of bringing him home, I started looking at that harness that she'd gotten for another cat, and I decided to try it out with him and take him out for a walk. And he took to that harness like 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, and he knew what he was, he knew what he could do and what he couldn't do, and he walked just fine, and he didn't lay down and act like a weirdo, he just wanted to be outside,
Mm-hmm.
So, I take him out for a walk, or somebody takes him out for a walk every day. It's like his, I make a joke, he's like a prisoner and he needs his yard time,
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So he gets a little walk every day.
That's
on a
nice.
harness and a leash.
Do you know any famous people that walk their cats?
I'm not certain. I've actually heard of a lot of different people that walk their cats, though. It's not an uncommon thing. A lot of people who live in cities a lot of people who don't, want their cats getting lost or stolen, or a lot of people will walk their cats on a leash. It's not uncommon. It's weird around where I live because, people don't think that way. Like, cats run around like they're raccoons or something, But I care about my cats too much, and I'm not going to do the outdoors cat thing anymore.
Do you think cats have a supernatural ability to see spirits and see the other realm?
I have no idea.
What's your thoughts on that?
Ultra thinks they do. I have no idea. I'm open-minded to it, but,
Ultra thinks they do.
I don't really spend too much time wondering whether or not there's spirits in the room with me or not, though.
I'm wondering, can cats see them, do you think?
I don't know. It's like you might as well ask me if cats can ride a unicycle. Your questions are so random sometimes.
Do you think a cat can ride a unicycle?
I'm not an expert on these things, so I wouldn't know. I can only tell you what I know. You ask me questions like, do you think cats are psychic? I'm not an expert on psychic stuff. I'm not an expert on whether or not cats are psychic.
Do you think...
And I'm not an expert on whether or not cats can ride unicycles, so...
Do you think cats could be from ancient Egypt?
That is... They were in ancient Egypt. They existed then, so yeah. Ultra says the Egyptians probably bred them to be this way.
Bred them to be what
cats.
way? Friendly creatures?
Yeah. I don't know if they were bred that way or if they adapted themselves because they realized that humans had yummy food. Yeah, people intentionally bred dogs, I do believe. But there's a theory out there that while we domesticated dogs, cats probably domesticated themselves and became friends with people because people gave them yummy food.
Became friends with people and dogs, yummy dogs.
Kind of like if you were to feed a squirrel, the squirrel might decide to be your friend.
Ugh.
But
alligator.
aren't
Here in Florida, we have alligators.
feeding squirrels like that.
Here in Florida, it's alligators. You could feed an alligator and it'll become your friend. True. There's wild alligators here. They're like dinosaurs.
I see. Oh, here's an article that might be fun. A Netflix employee accidentally killed Nintendo's live-action Zelda series.
This fucking sucks. I can't get this to do it right. I bet some kids know how to do it.
I'm just randomly looking at my phone and I see this article. It's from Engadget. From Jessica Condit. You want me to read it?
Yeah.
Okay, so a Netflix employee accidentally killed Nintendo's live-action Zelda series. This story is 6 years in the making, and it involves Zelda, Star Fox, another Fox College humor, Netflix, Nintendo, and Adam Conover. Let's get into it. In February 2015, the Wall Street Journal reported Nintendo was putting together a live-action adaptation of the Legend of Zelda series for Netflix, described as a Game of Thrones for a family audience. The information came from an anonymous source close to the project. Other outlets covered the report too, but a Zelda Netflix show never materialized. Over the years, video game fans chalked it up to a crack in the rumor mill and moved on. On February 1st, 2021, YouTube channel The Surf Time published an interview with Adam Conover of Adam Ruins Everything. wherein Conover dropped some gossip from his time at College Humor in the 2010s. Twitter user supererogatory. Anyway, first called out the juicy bits. Apparently, College Humor was planning a claymation skit combining Star Fox and Fantastic Mr. Fox, and Zelda creator Shigeru Miyamoto even came to the office to talk through details. According to Conover, the project was canceled about a month later, and he asked his boss what happened. Conover recalled the boss saying, "Oh, someone at Netflix leaked the Legend of Zelda thing. They weren't supposed to talk about it." Nintendo freaked out, and they pulled the plug on everything. They pulled the plug on the entire program to adapt these things.
Mm-hmm.
So the live-action Zelda Netflix series was actually real. Nintendo is notoriously protective of its IP, and it doesn't easily lend out its franchises to third parties, which is one of the Zelda Netflix rumors. Which is one reason the Zelda Netflix rumors were such a big deal. According to Conover, the Netflix leak pushed the company further into its shell. There's a hungry audience for video game-related content on Netflix, as demonstrated by the Castlevania, Resident Evil, and Sonic animated shows, and the Witcher live-action and anime series. With the Zelda franchise hitting its 35th anniversary this year, it'd be fitting for Nintendo to give Netflix, or any other streaming service, another chance. We'll believe it when we see it, though. Okay, so apparently this guy, or somebody, I don't know, leaked it. So, that's why it never happened, because Nintendo was, They got mad because somebody leaked it.
Weird.
Yeah, so apparently it was going to happen. It was a thing that was in plans to happen.
I didn't even know. Is Nintendo still a company? What do they do?
Yeah, they just, the Switch is a thing. The Nintendo Switch.
You know anybody who has one of those?
Elite Edge. His daughter has one. Yeah.
Interesting.
He mentioned it on our podcast a few episodes back.
I can't remember that far back. Oh man.
Oh, I remember video games.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about, we've done the podcast, we've done 20. I'm thinking about ending the podcast.
Why?
What am I doing here? I just think it's dumb. Don't you think? I'm thinking about ending the podcast. Like, we're doing this, we could just talk on the phone instead.
Yeah. Well, we can talk on the phone outside of this, too, if you want to
Well,
do
I'm just
that,
saying we
but
can just talk on the phone.
we would end the podcast.
Yeah, the podcasts aren't, it's not going so well.
You're really crazy. You're like that guy that starts a video game and plays it for like 10 minutes and decides it's stupid. If you want to judge
sometimes
things that
it's
way.
stupid.
It's not going so well.
Sometimes you got to know when to cut your loss. You know what I mean?
No, right now it's not going exactly as planned because of time schedules being wonky, and usually we would go on at 11. But
I don't think we can do that anymore, though.
You decide. So
I don't think I'm going to be able to go.
Now,
yeah, I don't think I'll be able to go on at 11 anymore.
Well, right now things are a little bit weird, is all. So you're saying after this period of time, you're not going to be able to go back to the 11 o'clock time period?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not really feeling the pod. I'm not really into it.
It's great that you decide to announce this on the pod instead of talking to me about it outside of the pod at any given time.
I don't know.
Communicate with me about these
Well,
things.
we can just keep doing our conversation. I'm the one that said I'm going to do a podcast. The thing is, it would work, but I would have to participate. I just don't participate very much. So, I mean, I don't have a lot. I don't know. It seems like it could be
I've
fun.
been doing fantastic work throughout almost every podcast.
What's that?
I said I think I've been doing pretty
Well,
fantastic.
good. What
work
I'm
through
saying
almost
is you
every
could start.
podcast,
You should start
considering
your
that
own
most of the time
podcast.
It feels like I'm talking to a wall, and then I've got this guy that just keeps on telling me we're going live every fucking anytime he decides we're gonna go live. What are you
Well-
gonna wake me up while I'm sleeping? Tell me we're going live?
Yeah. Well,
What the
what
hell
you
is
could.
that about?
What I would do
We
is.
had a set time, and right now I understand. I understand that time is a weird thing right now, but you also do not communicate with me almost
I would
at all.
probably, because you're doing it.
Especially since right now, here on the podcast, you're deciding to tell me that you're thinking about not doing the podcast.
Yeah, I
anymore.
don't think
That's-
I don't think I'm going to do it anymore.
After all the work I've done, you wanted a podcast.
What's the problem
I
with
did
it?
the work to make it interesting, while you sat here like a wall I had to talk to.
Yeah, what's the problem with the podcast? That's fine. I just don't think I want to do
fine.
it anymore. I think that our conversations are slightly better when we're not doing the podcast.
I don't know.
Really?
I think our conversations are slightly better when you're not getting obsessed with playing a game. But, we had much better podcasts when you were snowboarding.
Oh, you think?
Oh, yeah.
I'm extremely tired. I've had a very hard
Yeah.
day for 2 days in a row. I just wanted to play some video games.
Right.
But I'm pretty, other than the surgeon calling, that was amazing. I'm actually really down right now. I don't feel good. I've had a really hard month myself, and now it was so stressful the last 2 days with Professor Bam.
Okay, well, this is a conversation that we should be having
No, I don't mind.
privately.
We're on a podcast. We're having a
The
conversation.
thing is, we should have had this conversation ahead of time.
Why?
Because you are doing this weird thing where you want to put every bit of information out there like Jerry Springer and try to start a fight or start an argument. You haven't
Why do you
said
think?
a damn thing about stopping the podcast up until right now while we're doing the podcast.
Why do you think it's Jerry Springer?
It is. It's drama, it's troublemaking, it's instigating, yeah.
Why do you
And
think it's
also-
instigating or troublemaking to say how I feel? I just feel like we have
Because
some.
This is a conversation that you should have included me in ahead of time.
Why?
It's messy as shit to make announcements like that while we're live. You haven't discussed it with me. I'm
What-
supposed to
we're
be
discussing it
your
right now. We're
co-host
having
or
a
whatever
talk.
here.
What do you
This is
mean?
the thing. We're doing it together. It's our podcast. It's not just my podcast, you said.
It's the Benona Buck podcast.
But you said it's our podcast. You said it's our thing.
Well,
When it suits you, it's the Benona Buck podcast. When you want to talk me into doing what you want me to do, it's our thing. This is fucking.
We
serious
talk every night.
manipulation
I mean-
tactics on your part.
yeah, we talk every night. All I'm saying is I think the conversations are better when it's not on a podcast.
Yeah.
And here's why. Because you don't need to plan. I don't like that you're spending time and everything and you're getting
you
all
plan
stressed.
And you come up with articles about twins and dogs.
I love dogs.
Yeah.
Articles don't matter. Just talking is what it's all about. Just having a conversation,
I
man.
understand, but you sit here and you play basketball. And you
Mhm.
play games. And you're not talking. So I talk by reading articles and then talking about them. Right? Because even if we weren't on the podcast, you'd be sitting there not talking. I'd probably be reading my phone.
Or playing a game, maybe, huh? Like Candy Crush Saga.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't be talking. I'd probably be reading articles on my phone.
So you think the
You don't
conversation's...
engage in conversation. You have some serious communication issues in the fact that
You think the
can't even
conversation's
communicate with
better
me,
on the podcast then?
that you're thinking about not doing the podcast anymore before the podcast.
I'm just telling you how I'm feeling right now.
Yesterday,
I'm feeling
or the
really
day
down.
before. You're not communicating with me about the podcast. I don't even know the podcast is going to happen until 5 minutes before the podcast right now.
Oh, I have a lot of stuff going on. My wife just had surgery today and yesterday. I've been at the hospital for 2 straight days.
I understand.
Yeah.
But we're not really communicating here.
Well, here's the thing.
And you're getting in a weird funk and deciding to just announce that you're ending it all right.
I didn't announce that I am. I said I'm thinking about it.
With no warning.
Yeah, I didn't announce that I'm not going to do it again. I'm thinking about it, and there's reasons why. Huh?
That's basically what you're doing.
No, I said I'm thinking about it. I don't know. That's why I'm having a discussion with you. Doesn't mean I'm I'm not making a decision. I'm talking with you about it.
This is not the discussion you have on the front porch in your front yard.
I do,
where
yeah.
The neighbors can
yeah,
hear.
it's a good discussion.
This is the discussion we have aside.
Why?
Okay, because it is.
I don't think so. I think
Because
we can talk about it.
Well, here's the biggest problem. This is a Jerry Springer tactic, where you take somebody who doesn't even know the topic of conversation like that, and it's important to them, and it's integral to their life too, and you bring them to a public place and make a huge fucking announcement that you want to have a conversation about something that is, yeah. That's like taking your wife on the show to talk about some personal thing that's going on. It's not okay.
Oh, I mean, it's just a discussion.
It's Springer tactics. It's not okay.
Well, it's not a Springer tactic. This is how I feel.
It is.
I feel like we've done 20 podcasts, and I feel like perhaps we're wasting our time doing this. Okay?
We're only wasting our time if you're wasting mine.
No, perhaps we are wasting our time doing this, is what I'm saying.
See, the thing is, it's like, is this your weird ambition thing, your weird compulsory ambition that's talking? The one that wants to have millions and millions of viewers and thinks you're the bestest person in the fucking world, and it's not being successful, therefore you're like, it's not working. I thought the point wasn't to be huge and successful. I thought we were just doing a podcast so that we could, hang out with people we know.
Yeah,
maybe talk to them here and there.
But none of this stuff is happening. I mean, it's not. I feel really down today. So this is me telling you how I feel. I feel like not doing the podcast, and that's that. And that's how I feel. Am I doing it? I'm obviously doing it. I'm here. I'm talking to you. But I feel like
this was an instigation on your part, that you intentionally tried to create drama.
No, it's just a conversation. It's a conversation. It's not an instigation. It's me.
This is you, and your astrology. It's in your astrology to create drama.
No, it's not a drama. This is how I feel, and I'm talking with you about it, and that's good. We should talk about it.
What? Drama and criticism. Drama and criticism. Yep.
Elite Edge says, well, I appreciate it. Well, I appreciate that, Elite Edge. We did 20. Yep, 20 pods. And Rose Clarity got her feet wet, and I think she could have her own Michael Jackson podcast for sure.
Well, you just said it yourself earlier today. I don't know if we were on the podcast or not, but you said you wouldn't want to sit there and do a monologue. You're sitting here telling me I got my feet wet, now I can go do my own podcast. Who the fuck wants to do a damn monologue podcast?
You don't have to do a monologue.
That's what you're telling me to do?
No, you could do that separately too. I'm not saying just to do that, and I'm also not saying this is the last podcast or anything. I'm just saying I'm thinking about it.
You're being messy as all hell is what you're doing.
No, I'm just saying that's what I'm thinking about. That's how I'm feeling. Because I haven't really been able to do it.
You have 28 subscribers who probably
They don't give a fuck.
don't feel like you're appreciating them very much right now.
They're not commenting. I appreciate Justin. Thanks, Justin. Nobody's here. Nobody's watching these things or listening. They subscribe probably because I asked them to. I have no idea.
Maybe they're shy.
Don't know.
Maybe they're shy.
Don't know.
Who knows? Maybe they can't listen while we do the podcast. Maybe they listen at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Who knows?
I don't know.
But there are 28 subscribers.
Yeah, 28 subscribers.
That's 28 people. Unless you know something about that and you've trumped it all up or something.
I've trumped it up?
I don't know.
I wouldn't have trumped it up with 20 people.
Have you padded our numbers? Have you taken accounts to go subscribe to this? What is going on there? You roll your eyes at the numbers, you're like, yeah, 28 people, yeah, right. Like,
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying 28 people is not very many people. That's what I'm saying. You're funny.
if you were in a room talking to 28 people, that would seem like a lot of people to you.
They're not watching, they're not listening to the podcast, though. Justin is.
You're not getting enough attention.
No, that's not what I'm saying. You're making an argument. You're saying, I'm telling you, I'm really, today, how I'm feeling is, I don't know about doing more podcasts. That's how I'm feeling today. I'm probably going to keep doing it. But the argument you're making is, there's 28 people, that's a lot of people that want podcasts from me. Nobody. I just find it funny. That's funny. It's funny.
Well, it's people.
Yeah.
Hey, you're one person, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you didn't exist, your whole world wouldn't exist. One person is somebody. Stop acting like one person isn't somebody.
You gotta understand, I'm pretty down right now. Pretty low. Feeling low. Feeling really depressed. I'm feeling, and it's probably because it's been such a stressful 2 days where I've literally got tears in my eyes. I'm sleeping in the car outside the hospital, hoping my wife's gonna be okay. I think that's probably what it is, but I share how I feel. I always do. I didn't say this is the end, but I am saying, man, I sure don't. Right now, I don't really feel like.
That's not how you said it to begin with.
Okay, well, that's what I'm saying.
You said we've done 20 podcasts. I think we should stop with this one.
That's how I felt. Yeah.
You didn't say that was how you felt. You acted like that was
that's
your
what I'm
plan.
saying right now. That's how I felt. That's how I feel. Yep. Hey, that's a good point, Elite Edge. Christ was happy talking to one or a million. The way I look at it, stress is tough when you come to... Yeah, it is. I mean, it does things to you. It's been a very stressful day. I feel like I've been fucking put through a grinder. A fucking grinder. And not the gay app for banging dudes. Like a meat grinder.
The thing is, though, when you get depressed, you act all dramatic and all you like take it out on the people around you.
I'm not taking it out. I'm just saying how I feel. Obviously, if you were like, Buck, I want to keep doing the podcast. I like it, and you're doing, we're having fun. It doesn't. I'm not thinking of those things right now. Right now, I'm thinking.
I like doing the podcast. It's just slightly annoying when I don't know when it's going to happen and you spring it on me randomly.
The things I don't.
After this period of time is over, we can go back to doing it the normal way.
I'm not sure about that though, because it's maybe too late. I don't know. But I'm open to, I respect you. And we always talk anyways. If we don't do the podcast, we're going to talk.
Yeah.
I just want to, the points that I'm saying, I don't want you to be stressed, too. Like, I don't want when I call you, because when I call you and there's no podcast and I just want to talk and it's 6:30 or 7 o'clock at night, you don't freak out. But when I call you and I'm like, you know what, it's been a long day. I want to play video games. Let's do our podcast because I know for sure I'm gonna have to wake her up in a few hours and take care of her the rest of the night because she's in a nap right now. But then I feel like no, it's causing you a lot of stress. You're like freaking out. You know, I don't want that.
Only because you're surprising me with it.
I'm surprising myself with it. I don't know. I've had a long day, but I was like,
But
you know, I'll go
also,
play some video games.
Most of what you do is play video games and go,
That's true. That's true. And I do try to ask you questions. You don't really participate in those questions very much.
I try to find things that are interesting to talk about, which sometimes is not that easy to do. Most podcasters, even if they don't have a script, have some sort of an outline of what they want to do and what they want to talk about on their show.
Mm-hmm.
They have some sort of, like, even
you got to have a shtick.
Newscaster, like you watch Tucker Carlson, has bullet points even if he doesn't have a script. You know?
You really do. You got to have a shtick. A shtick.
That's a script.
You got to have a shtick.
But these topics, like I said, many episodes ago, the reason I read articles is because usually if you and I were on the phone together, I could send you the article. You take
Yeah,
a look
right.
at it,
That's what I like that. We do that anyways. Even if we weren't on this, we would still be reading an article. You know?
Okay.
We would still be doing that. And we would be laughing about it and stuff.
But also, we're doing this for whoever is listening because I guess we think our conversations are so interesting that other people should be listening to them.
Well,
that was your thought.
Right. I'm really down right now is the thing, though. I don't know if you know what that means. I'm at like
Read the recent comment.
Everyone expresses things as they happen. Buck wears his feelings on his sleeve. I get it. Rose likes routine. She always gets stressed if things are spontaneous. Buck is spontaneous.
No, you're spontaneous, like you'll make a plan, and then you'll throw the plan out the fucking window.
Things change.
Like when you're here in Michigan, you'll tell me to be ready for something by 7 and show up at 5:30.
That's right.
And say, why aren't you ready yet?
Yep, you should be early.
No. We don't play that way.
I tell you what.
We don't play that way.
Something for the past year to 2 years, since the beginning of 2020, I had a nervous breakdown at the beginning of last year. I had worked on a project for a client, like hundreds and hundreds of hours of work. A lot of work I put into this project. And they took my designs, which they signed an NDA, they stole them, and they went to a company in China to have, because none of the companies could do what I did, the design.
I remember
He stole my designs, went there, and had the company in China make it for half the price. And because I had everything into it, it was multi-millions, this project. Huge project for our company. And a lot of people's jobs depend on that, you know? And I had like a breakdown. I literally went to a counselor and I was shaking. I couldn't stop myself from shaking. I was shaking for days, for weeks. I was having panic attacks. And it's been a tough ever since then. And then so that was happening. There's how my year went. And then I remember I woke up and then Kobe Bryant died. This is how my year went. So I was in the middle of this crazy time. Then this other thing happened that, like, this is like a childhood person. Remember Michael died, Michael Jackson. And it shook you. So then you're like, how can a person only a couple years older than me. Him and his children are dead. It was fucking crazy. And a shoe merch. Okay, I don't want to do any of this. And then the COVID thing happened. It was crazy. 2020 was stupid. I was in the middle of a panic attack, and then COVID happened. Kobe Bryant got killed. Then COVID happened after that, and it's been this. And now I find, and I know that our brains are wired a certain way. I was never a person where I was like, man, I'm depressed. I can tell you right now, I feel down today. For whatever reason. I think it's probably like Justin said, there's been so much stress. I've been so worried and like stressed, and I've been awake. I haven't slept at all in 2 days. So it's a tough spot to be in. So when I tell you this is how I feel today, this is not me trying to be Jerry Springer. I'm just talking to you, and I'm down, and I'm not feeling good. And I'm just telling you about it. That's all.
Yes. In the past, these kinds of things have been, like, when you do something like that, a lot of times it's you making plans in the moment and deciding things on the behalf of everybody involved.
Well.
And do that quite often.
Well, I appreciate you coming on, and we really just, I took our conversations we have every day, and you said okay, and you came on the podcast, you know, so that's pretty cool. I appreciate that. You don't have to.
I don't mind having them in a public forum. I don't.
What I think about is, I think that even just having Justin on, saying these things, Justin, thank you so much. It's really cool. It's really cool to have your friends there with you. So we're having our talks, but it's cool.
Yeah, but our daily videos are getting more than, we've got, what, 28?
I don't care if they get, I don't even care about that. That's not what I was saying when I was laughing. I just was laughing because you're right. You're right, but it's funny, okay? I'm not doing this to, like, get people to watch my videos or whatever. I don't even know why I'm doing it. I think it's kind of cool. I do find myself sometimes thinking about something that we talked about. So what is cool about it to me is we have our conversations. We always do. And then like the next day when we were not recording them or whatever, I would try to remember something that we talked about. And I couldn't remember because I have traumatic brain injury. Okay. And I would be like, what did we talk about or whatever? But now I can be like, Wednesday I can go back and say, oh, we were talking about this thing and you taught me about something. And what was that she taught me? And I can go back and I listen and I'm like, oh, yeah. I find that that's pretty cool. I like that about it. Like, I think it's really cool that I have the surgeon on video calling or on recording, calling in to me to check on Professor Bam.
Yeah.
Like, that's really cool. And I'm going to show Professor Bam. And she's going to say, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not doing this so that we can be... I don't want to be famous. I don't even want... I mean, it would be cool if our friends would get on here. It's awesome that Justin's here. Thank you, Justin, again. Yeah. If our friends could get something and we could, like, have a group.
Friends are traveling right now, so they're not going to be tuning in regularly.
Yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be cool if we could have some other friends and we can all kind of talk. Because we do this talk. We're going to, whether we record it or not, we do the talk. We do the talk.
Right. Well, who's to say that they're not watching it later in the day? Or, I mean, have they said they're not watching it later?
I don't know. I don't care. It would, you know, it's cool to have you on, Justin, commenting. That's really nice. Yeah, that's a good little wrinkle. It's a wrinkle for sure. I'm down though. It's not your fault or anything. I feel depressed today.
Mm.
Yep.
Well, that's a temporary thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not usually a great idea to make decisions based on a temporary feeling.
Oh, I know. I didn't make any decisions. I'm just saying. But I'm also,
Yeah.
I'll tell you how I feel. It doesn't mean I'm making a decision. When I say...
Sometimes it does. Sometimes it does. You forget I've known you many, well, you don't forget, but I've known you many, many years, and sometimes that's exactly what you're doing.
Well...
And with other people, they probably just, whatever. But I call you and I'm like, on your shit, and I'm like, that's not fair. That's not.
So you really think when I said I'm thinking about this, not doing this, that's what I'm thinking about. It's a conversation.
Well, is that how you're feeling, but I don't understand why you're feeling that way all of a sudden.
I don't either. I just was feeling that way, like I'm feeling depressed, feeling beat down, But I'm telling you, this is how I feel. What would I do? We would still talk anyway, so I do like that I can go back because I can't remember what we said.
I don't understand these moods that you get into. I don't have them the way you do. My moods are usually pretty stable. Individually, things that piss me off will piss me off no matter what mood I'm originally in. But...
Yeah, well,
From 1 minute to the next, I'm not gonna feel like making some ultra dramatic decision out of the blue.
Well, I don't really think. I didn't say make an dramatic decision.
I'm not just talking about this. I'm talking about other things in the past that we've talked about. But yeah.
Huh.
You got discouraged. And you don't say anything about being discouraged until you're at the point where you're like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, well, it's been, not always, but last year I had a breakdown and I have had something happen to me, so. And then this year, the beginning of this year, I almost died from the fucking chemicals, It's been weird. I've had a weird year. It's been about a year. The beginning of last year through the beginning of this year. It's been 12 months that have been really fucking weird. Not just coronavirus, other shit,
Yeah. Coronavirus thing hasn't really stressed me out all that much. I mean, I think it's absolutely fucking terrible that all these businesses are being squashed by it. But it hasn't affected me entirely all that much. I live in my house. I don't go much of anywhere, I think a lot of this is ridiculous, and I make fun of it and whatever, but other than that, I mean, Mom had it. She got through it with nothing but Tylenol severe cold.
I just talked to another friend, my buddy Jim in Arizona, and I didn't know he had it, but he had it and it was pretty bad. He had a high temperature, he said, well into the hundreds. And he wasn't gonna do anything about it. Finally, his wife made him go to the hospital.
Well, we're not aware of how high Mom's temperature got because we didn't have a thermometer in the house until after her fever broke.
Yeah.
She was having sweats and cold and sweats and cold,
The Rona.
But she never felt she was at the point where she needed to go to the hospital, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've been to the sick point where I've had the shivers and got the sweats, and I've been through that. Like, I think it was last year, maybe? Last year I got really sick. That's why I think I might have already had coronavirus last winter. Before it was a thing, you know? I got really sick last winter. I was sick for like 2 or 3 weeks.
I remember that.
Uh-huh.
Pretty amazing. This tablet only had 18% battery, and we're still on the phone 2 hours and 25 minutes later.
I wonder what the battery's at now.
Probably almost nothing. So we'll run this motherfucker till it dies.
I'll see. Yeah, whenever we get done tonight, you gotta go put it on a charger somewhere. If I'm using my phone for any long-term sort of thing that's going to last any amount of time that's important, I usually plug it into the charger while I'm doing that.
We've done about 10 hours of recording or more with you talking on this tablet without me charging it. Maybe more.
Yeah.
Maybe more like 13 or 16. I don't know.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, I do appreciate you. I'm glad that you keep me in line. And I appreciate that you're doing the podcast with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe we will stop doing them at some point. Who knows? Or maybe we keep doing them forever. I don't know.
It's going to go on forever and ever. I mean, unless somehow it does. I don't know. It's possible it will. Who knows?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Maybe at some point we'll figure out when we're going to take set days off and things like that and have a structure to that.
Yeah, well, we could also do a real podcast anytime we want. Anytime.
Yeah.
I'm just playing a video game and listening and talking with you. That's the format that I like right now. But if we ever decide we want to do like there's days where I just do the pause screen and we hammer through stuff and talk about it. That ain't today, man. I'm fucked up. I'm tired. I'm tired and beat down. And how does that relate to Black History Month for you? How do you find that relates to Black History Month?
I'm not going to answer because it's a nonsensical question.
Are you eating something?
Yep. I'm eating a dry waffle. Straight from the toaster. No syrup or nothing.
That sounds gross.
No, just like a cookie. I'm eating it like a cookie. I like waffles. I like pancakes and waffles without butter or syrup. Mom's in there yelling at her cat.
About
Sounded
what?
like a damn crow. Ah, 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 ah! You damn cat!
I don't hear any of it.
He must have jumped out of the window onto her stomach or something. He sleeps in there with her in the middle of the night. Sometimes he'll get rowdy and start jumping around the place and wake her up. She starts screaming at him.
Elite Edge, I get in there earlier this year, quitting one, starting another job. That's stressful, switching jobs. Very low point when my second daughter was born after the C-section. Yeah, coming down from stress is tiring, and it can drag you down. I don't know why. I don't know why I feel down. I should be happy. This fucking guy did an amazing job on my wife. just maybe it's just I've been so stressed for so many days.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we all have problems, that's for sure. No one's perfect. Nobody is Superman or whatever. Even Superman has problems.
There wouldn't be a movie or a show if you didn't have problems. That's half of what keeps you interested in those kinds of stories.
Mm-hmm. I used to tell Frank, back when I was more of a Superman in my younger days, he would say these things to me. I would say, Frank, I am but a man. And he would get so mad. Frank, I am just a man. I'm just a human. He would get so mad.
Ultra says he's wearing a Superman shirt right now. Yep. Billy Edge says, yep, all worked out. Now you have to come down from that emotional high. It's naturally a little depressing, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't even, I don't even know how to explain it because you didn't know what was going to happen.
I didn't know there was all that going on with,
It was so hard to get her through. We were in there early in the morning, and then we didn't know if we could have the surgery. She was having panic attacks, and then he said the surgery was good, but then a lot of times the anesthesia could be the problem, and then I didn't hear anything back. I was like, then I fell asleep in the car for 3 hours. It was stressful. And then I finally heard, and it was like,
you probably haven't gotten much sleep lately either.
No.
Because you tried to fix your sleep schedule so that you could get there on time and do all the things you need to do.
But I didn't sleep though. That's the thing.
That's what happens when you try to go to bed early.
Yep.
You end up getting less sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, I know. I tried that. The only way I've ever succeeded in getting myself back around to waking up earlier is by staying awake for a full 48 hours.
Yeah. For sure. Lead Edge, are you at work today? What day is this? This is Tuesday still, right?
Tuesday, yeah.
Holy
Tuesday
shit.
going on Wednesday.
Oh, I got work to do tomorrow. I got some work to do tomorrow. We're manufacturing some stuff. Oh, at work, good. We're so happy to, you know what, that makes me happy that we are in your pocket while you're at work. And I wish there was well, I guess YouTube, you could turn the screen off if you buy the premium, but who the hell does that? I wish we were streaming on something where you didn't have to have your screen on. You know what I mean? That would be cool.
Yeah.
But so be it. You got your screen on. If this is making your day better, Justin, just let us know. Because when I'm feeling down, then that will help me to want to keep doing this.
Neo stresses him out too much for the pod.
Oh man, that's such a cool game.
Yeah.
Oh, I can play it. Next time. We'll do Neo next time. Yeah, turn it down to 0.
You play Neo.
Oh, the game makes me depressed,
Ultra says
stressed.
sometime out, like before the podcast or outside of the podcast, he'd like you to play Neo.
We could do Neo, yeah, because I get all into that. It would be nice if Ultra was on the podcast with us. Ultra, can you get on here and talk too?
I'm not loud enough.
Well, hey, Ultra, he could always call your phone and you could do game podcasts with him.
I'll call you right now. How do I call him?
You'd have to use Snapchat.
No, I can call him on the house phone.
That's true.
All right, Ultra, grab the house phone. I'm calling you. Ultra is coming in on the pod. How fun. Ha! I hear it ringing. Now it's waking Mom up. Hey, Dave. Oh, perfect. Yeah, I hear the echo. Why is it an echo?
I don't know. Should I hang up?
No,
You
don't.
could walk towards the back of the house and there won't be an echo. You have that freedom. I'm stuck on a charger.
Yeah, but isn't Mom asleep?
Let's do the gaming podcast at a different time.
Yeah, we could do that. A Neo podcast. Yeah, but then it won't be the Benona Buck.
Alright, I'm gonna hang up.
Well, damn, we had you on. I guess it just doesn't work.
Australia's sending out.
Yo, Ultra, if you were to go towards the back of the house or go in your room,
You might wake up. It might wake people up. So.
he could go in his bedroom.
Oh man.
Okay. Anyhow.
Well, I'm super impressed that this freaking tablet is still going. Any moment it'll die. If it dies, we'll end the podcast. But we're going pretty good. I can't believe 18% has got us to 2.5 hours.
Right.
Pretty wild.
Yep. After we're done here, I'm gonna go watch me some Prodigal Son. You really ought to watch it. I tell you, but you don't listen to me.
Proudy
I think
gal.
both you and Bam would probably enjoy that show. Ultra likes it. Ultra likes it. It's funny. It's like weird. There's like weird dark humor in it, and it's weird. It's quirky. You know, I like my quirky stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I think. We watched some of that show that you were talking about.
Oh yeah, we did watch a few episodes of Stargate a while back.
Yeah, we watched some of that, and then Bam and I watched that other show on Disney that she said she wanted to watch that you had watched a couple episodes of.
WandaVision.
WandaVision, yeah. What do you think about that?
Yeah. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched like 3 episodes or something.
No.
Maybe 4.
I think it picks up in episode 4.
Okay.
Yeah. You start to understand what's going on with the whole thing by episode 4.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It seems like they're in the Truman Show to me.
That's kind of what's going on. I don't want to give anything away for you
Spoiler
that I learned in
alert.
episode 4 that you haven't seen.
Is that all the episodes there are is 4?
They're coming out weekly.
Okay.
So, hold on, I'll tell you what night those come out. I can actually go check because I've got a thing that tracks my shows. That's on Fridays. So episode 5 will come out on Friday.
Cool. So we're close to being caught up.
Yeah, you haven't seen episode 4 yet, is all.
I don't know if I
now.
have or not. We're in the 1970s.
Yeah,
What episode is that?
3.
Okay.
The one that's kind of, there's there's the I Love Lucy, there's the Bewitched, there's the Brady Bunch one, and then there's episode 4, which is different. Yep.
Cool, man. Sweet. Welcome to the Be Money Podcast. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. If you're in here watching, this is not a video game podcast. We're doing a podcast, and I'm just playing video games. It's just a coincidence. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell.
I'm only on one device right now, so there's.
Well, even when you say
that,
that, it doesn't count you as two if you're signed in with the same account on different devices.
It has before, I think. I think it has. See, watch, we're at 3 right now, right? So if I go and I open it on my phone, let's see if it goes up to 4. Although it might not have because I didn't have it fully closed. I had the tab kind of open still, so maybe that, yeah. I'll close it and I'll see if that affects it.
That doesn't matter.
Let's see if it goes down to 2.
I just think it's fucking amazing that we're knocking on the door of 3 hours and I only had 18% on my tablet.
Did it go down to 2?
Yeah.
I just closed my YouTube, so yeah, now I'm gonna open it again.
We didn't even, did we do a sound check today? It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, we kind of did.
Now we
kinda
always
checked
sound
to
good.
see what the background stuff was. It sounded fine.
Now we got
to
the
my
good
knowledge.
microphone and what, now we always sound good.
Yeah.
Does this girl look like she has greasy hair?
Has it gone back up to 3 yet? Because I opened my YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does this girl look like she has some greasy hair?
I don't know. Or does she have braids or something? Like micro braids.
I don't know. Swags. That sounds like a racist store.
Yeah, we're back up to 3 now that I'm back on my YouTube, so.
Top,
Yeah.
bottom, shoes. I need to select a look. Do I have to pay for this stuff or are you just going to give it to me? Oh, you're giving it to me. Okay. That's cool. Well, I'm not a freaking dummy. I'm just nice. Okay. There you go. Looking so slick. Here's the LeBron shorts. You don't wear shorts, dummy. Wear black pants. No.
You remember when
Why is this?
I
There's
think
no
we were
socks.
driving through Chicago and there was some sort of a game going on?
Cleveland.
And
Cleveland.
yeah. That was Cleveland? Okay.
Cleveland. It was 2007. And I think
Yeah, I think it
06 or 07. It was the year that LeBron beat the Pistons. He had no business beating the Pistons.
And you were listening to the game on the radio, and we just happened to be driving through Cleveland right around the time
And I
that
said,
the
fuck
Pistons were
you,
losing.
LeBron. I yelled it to him, didn't I?
And you put your damn head out the window like Ace Ventura and screamed across Cleveland, "Fuck you, LeBron! Fuck you, you motherfucker! Fuck you!"
It's true.
Yep. What's Ultra having? Boiled dinner. Are you having some of that dinner? I see.
Thanks for shopping at Swags. Gonna do a twist around like this here. Doc's Barbershop. Should I cut my hair?
I don't know. Should
Sure.
I've got a random list of the 11, what is it? 11 of the best small towns in America.
Oh, well, that's a list I like. I like the sound of that. Tell me about it.
Okay. So, the first one on the list, and there's no number next to it, so it might be random, is Telluride, Colorado.
Telluride, Colorado. That's a nice place. Is Swags connected with Grindr? I think it is.
It's a former mining town in the Colorado Rocky Mountains.
Yeah, when Kia named their truck after it.
The town's core area is a National Historic Landmark District with Victorian-era buildings. There are
Look what this guy
plenty
just did to me. Look at this hair he just gave me.
galleries that you can shop at,
I am not.
local restaurants, and a ski resort. You can also bike, hike, fly fish, golf, do river sports, and many other things in Telluride, Colorado. The next small town on the list is Carmel by the Sea, California.
What is it? Cardiff by the Sea?
Is it Caramel or Carmel?
Oh.
Carmel Beach. Carmel by the Sea, California.
Sounds like somewhere I lived near.
This coastal California destination combines a picturesque downtown area with breathtaking scenery, making it the perfect spot for a romantic getaway or West Coast weekend trip. The quaint village has tons of local restaurants, wine bars, fairy tale cottages, secret passageways, and gardens, all contributing to the town's unique, enchanting feel. After a day of shopping and wine tasting, visitors will want to head down to Carmel Beach to take in the scenery and watch the sunset. The next town on the list is Sedona, Arizona.
I love Sedona. I go there anytime I can.
This beautiful desert town is located about 2 hours from the Grand Canyon National Park, under an hour from Flagstaff, making it the ideal stop on a southwestern road trip. Sedona is surrounded by incredible red rock formation, so it's a popular destination for outdoorsy travelers looking for scenic hikes and wellness seekers wanting unique experiences. The town is filled with galleries, boutiques, restaurants, and more. Check out, I can't read that word, Tlaquepaque Arts and Shopping Village for local artisanal products and dining. The next town on the list, unless you want to talk about Sedona.
I love Sedona. I have a lot of history there. Professor Bam and I have stayed there many a times. I go there, I work out west, and anytime I can stop, I stop in Sedona. And I have some interesting times. My friend Marumba came with me once there. We had a lot of fun. Always a fun time in Sedona. Very mystical place. It's the Red Rocks. The Red Rock Canyons of Sedona. There's a place called Slide Rock there. No.
Cool. The next town on the list is Hudson, New York.
Hudson, New York. What's in Hudson?
Located just 2 hours from New York City by train, Hudson, New York is a perfect small-town getaway from the big city. It has everything you could want in a small town. A walkable city center, great shopping and dining, and interesting experiences in a relaxed setting. Once a 1700s whaling port, the city now features a range of historic architectural styles, and it has dozens of antique dealers. Just head to Warren Street to start shopping. Yep. Have you ever been there? Never been there?
I think Professor Bam and I have been through Hudson, New York before.
Ah.
Yep.
Okay. Next small town on the list is Beaufort, South Carolina.
What's up? causing all that? What's that all about?
Okay. Hilton Head Island and Charleston might get all the acclaim when it comes to South Carolina low country destinations, but the state has plenty of small towns also worth visiting. Stroll through the downtown Beaufort with a sweet tea in hand, walk along the beach at nearby Hunting Island State Park, and try some fresh seafood at a local restaurant. Learn about the area's history and about Gullah culture with a visit to the recently established Reconstruction-era National Historical Park in the Penn Center.
Huh. Interesting. What's up next?
The next town on the list is St. Augustine, Florida.
St. Augustine, yeah. Professor Bam and I love St. Augustine. That is a little ways away from us, but we've stayed there for a few days. I took her and we got a private tour of, there's a college there that's really cool. What the hell is it called? Can't remember. Flagler University. And what a rich little college. Man, what an interesting place.
Cool.
Small town, Wall, South Dakota. Less than 100 people. Huge tourists. Yep, Wall Drug. Welcome to Wall Drug. Here we go, draft day. I dyed my hair for the draft.
Oh. Okay, dating back hundreds of years, St. Augustine is one of the country's most historic cities, but it's more than just notable sites and museums, although many, like the Castillo de San Marcos National Monument, are worth visiting. Shop for local art and crafts along Avila's Street, which claims the title of the oldest street in the country. Taste some spirits from the St. Augustine Distillery, one of the nation's best distilleries, or go for a sandy stroll along the nearby St. Augustine Beach.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's a lot nicer here where I live. But St. Augustine's nice. It's the oldest city in America.
See.
The oldest city in America, St. Augustine.
This is all small towns.
Yep, it's the oldest town in America. The oldest anything in America.
Okay. Wouldn't like Jamestown be?
No, St. Augustine was way before. The Spanish.
The next town on the list is Kennebunkport, Maine.
Maine. Maine's a nice place. I'd like a Maine lobster right about now, dunked in some hot butter. Oh, that sounds so good. Lobster tails, hot butter. Oh. Did I get drafted by the 76ers?
This southern Maine town calls it the place to be all year and offers a range of activities available in all 4 seasons. Of course, Kennebunkport is most popular during the summer, when you can visit the beaches, go boating, and eat lobster rolls under the sun. But the town also goes all out for the holidays with its annual Christmas prelude. I think that meant to be parade.
Huh.
It could be prelude. I don't know. Anyway. You've never been there, I assume, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay, the next town on the list is Grand Marais, Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Been there?
Minnesota.
Ever been to,
Morgan's
ever
from
been to that
Minnesota.
place in Minnesota?
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
The Bears. Anyhow. This small artsy town on Minnesota's North Shore has fewer than 1,500 residents, but visitors love its relaxed, small village feel. Summer is the best time to visit if you hope to hike, bike, canoe, sail, or golf nearby. However, Northern Lights chasers will want to plan their trip for the winter months to maximize their chances of spotting the phenomenon. Cook County, where Grand Marais is located, is one of the few places in the United States where you may have the opportunity to see the aurora borealis if conditions are right. We can see that here sometimes, so, you know. It's not that few, it's just you gotta go north, right? Anyhow, the next town on the list you might know a thing or two about. It's Mackinac Island, Michigan.
Damn.
Have anything to say?
Yeah, it's a nice little town.
Yeah.
Mackinac. Mackinac Island.
If you're looking for a change of pace, Mackinac Island in Michigan certainly has you covered. This small island town is best explored by foot, bike, or horse-drawn carriage. There are no cars allowed here, with the exception of emergency vehicles, of course. Tour historic sites like Fort Mackinac, which was founded during the American Revolution, play a round of golf on one of the island's two unique courses, and try some famous Mackinac Island fudge when you visit.
Hey, who's that?
Who's what?
Look at this guy here.
Is that somebody?
Yeah.
That's an actor.
Uh-huh.
I've seen him. He's an actor, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't know who he is. I don't know who he's supposed to be, but I know he's supposed to be an actor, I think. He looks recognizable as an actor. Okay. Oh, that's a cool little picture. It's this cute little town with mountains all behind it.
Mm-hmm.
The next town on the list is Whitefish, Montana. Located in the Montana Rocky Mountains, Whitefish is an outdoor adventurer's paradise. The small town is situated near Glacier National Park, so it's a perfect home base for those wanting to explore the park's glaciers, lakes, meadows, and mountains. Whitefish Mountain Resort offers 3,000 acres of skiable terrain, and summer visitors can hike, bike, zip line, and race down the mountain on an alpine slide.
Hike, bike, and zip line on an alpine slide.
Sounds like your snowboarding game.
I love snowboarding. I just had to take a break for a while.
Right. Next town on the list is Stowe, Vermont.
Ooh.
Located in northern Vermont, Stowe is another mountain town worth visiting year-round. During the spring and summer months, visitors can enjoy activities like hiking, biking. I'm seeing a theme here with the hiking and the biking.
Little townspeople need to hike and bike.
Winter skiing at Stowe Mountain Resort is a popular choice.
Mm-hmm.
Autumn is particularly... What?
Hiking and biking. You still there?
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you had said something.
No,
Autumn is a particularly beautiful time to visit this charming small town, as leaves turn vivid shades of red, orange, and gold, making it one of the best places to see fall foliage in the United States. And that's it. Apparently, Stowe, Vermont is the best one, if it's in order.
Stowe, Vermont. Sounds nice. Maybe they've never been to Michigan.
Right.
That's okay. Nobody needs to tell.
A lot of these four-season places are on this list. Yeah. It seems like things like antique shops and boutiques and skiing, biking, hiking, those are things that are, yeah. Yep. Yep. Big on them lists.
It's a good list.
Yeah.
I cannot
I just saw that random list and...
I cannot believe we're going on 3 hours on 18% battery.
Right.
It's amazing.
Oh, shit. What? Batman's new comedy podcast. It's basically Saturday night with a K before N. Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
I just saw this. Just now. Never seen it before. Okay, so it's an animated podcast or something.
Who's the one that's doing it?
This is written by Rod Bricken at Gizmodo. I'll try to read it. Do you think, one, HBO Max, this is titled Batman's New Comedy Podcast is basically Saturday Night Live. Do you think, one, HBO Max was only for movies and shows, and two, that Batman-related project coming to it was Zack Snyder's Justice League? Think again. HBO has announced Batman The Audio Adventures, a comedy podcast from Saturday Night Live writer Dennis McNicholas, starring Jeffrey Wright as the Dark Knight. Yes, even though he's also playing Commissioner Gordon in The Batman. Do you like how I go, The Batman?
I did like that.
I don't exactly know how a podcast is going to work on a video streaming service, and there's no word what the comedy premise of the series is going to be, but the extremely large and talented cast is not likely to be working on something kid-friendly. According to the Hollywood Reporter who broke the news, the cast includes Chris Parnell, Melissa, a whole bunch of people, Seth Meyers, Brent Spiner, John Leguizamo, who else? Kenan Thompson, Rosario Dawson. That's the actress that's in this game we're watching, by the way, is Rosario Dawson. Jason Sudeikis, Alan Tudyk, Brooke Shields, Tim Meadows, Fred Armisen, a bunch of people.
Tim
There's a
Meadows.
whole big list. That's a lot of SNL vets. There's no word on who anyone is playing, but the podcast is supposed to arrive sometime this year. I have a thought though. What if Wright is playing Gordon as Batman? What if Wright is playing Gordon as Batman? Okay. There's precedent in the comics as Gordon took over while Bruce Wayne was busy being a pilgrim. Not only was that a solid string of stories, Batman's pale Jimmy Gordon suddenly discovering the Dark Knight's myriad issues and dealing with the superhero life as a premise rife with comedic possibilities. Okay. So, apparently there's going to be some weird comedy Batman podcast that somehow might be streaming on HBO Max. This sounds insane. Anyhow.
Weird.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of famous people are involved.
Swoosh, damn.
I don't know.
Nice
So
scrimmage.
that might be interesting. It might be shit.
Elite Edge comment from 25 minutes ago. Fresh lobster is always amazing. Oh, I'd love some right now, dipped in butter. I'm going to say it again.
Yeah. So, what do you think about the idea of some sort of Batman comedy podcast?
Doesn't make a lot of sense.
It sounds like it'll be scripted. So it'll be probably like a radio show, like one of those old radio shows. You know, honestly though, I've heard audiobooks. There's been some crazy audiobooks that have like all the sound effects, and it's like watching a TV show with your eyes closed.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So
I can't believe it. We did it. We hit 3 hours on a tablet with 18% battery. That is crazy.
yeah,
It is.
yeah, it is crazy.
What's going on with this guy?
It's totally crazy. Are you trying to kill the battery?
Yeah, I'm trying to run it out. I can't believe it's lasting this long.
I see. So what do you think of the idea of that podcast?
I think it's weird. I mean,
Yeah.
how about
Have
a
you
Joker?
seen, Westworld?
A Joker podcast sounds more like it. Why are they doing Batman? The Joker would be great.
I'm sure there might be a Joker on this podcast. Who knows?
It sort of looks
Sounds like
real.
it's going to be a comedy, maybe a skit show, maybe episodic. Who knows? You know, maybe it'll be like those old radio shows.
Yep.
With a list of names like that, I'm sure it's going to have Batman's full gallery of rogues. I'm sure the Joker will be in it. I'm sure the Penguin. You've got a long list of names just for a Batman podcast, right?
Pretty weird.
Anyway, do you know have you ever watched Westworld?
No.
Okay, because the black guy from Westworld, who's like one of the main characters, in the Batman, he's playing Commissioner Gordon now. And he's also going to apparently be doing the voice of Batman in this podcast. So, I mean, I would prefer it be, what's his face? My brain just farted. Kevin Conroy.
Alexa, what time is it?
Conroy, but
The time is 11:36 p.m.
11:36. Damn, I better go to bed. I'm wiped out. We'll go I'll do this last scrimmage.
okay.
Either that or tell the battery
Anyway.
guys.
Last scrimmage. So I was just saying, I would prefer it be Kevin Conroy, but I'm kind of okay, because I just like having Batman stuff, you know?
Yeah, just make sure you include me. Let me know what happens with that.
Yeah, I'll keep you updated on that. And also the Batman movie. Next time I hear some new news on that. Like, the news these days, like the entertainment news, a lot of it is just bogged down by stuff about WandaVision and the future Flash movie that sounds absolutely insane, that they keep on making up new people who might appear in it. So
Looks like I'm riding the end of the bench.
find the interesting, like, WandaVision isn't terrible, but it is being shoved down everybody's throats all the time. There's ads for it on all the social media. There's, if you go look for entertainment information right now, like, almost the first stuff you always get is WandaVision. Even on my Roku, the ads on it are all WandaVision, you know? I keep seeing ads for it on YouTube. It's just highly, highly, highly publicized, you know?
I guess people like it, huh?
Does the company paying for ads to be absolutely everywhere mean that people like it? Or does it mean that the company is paid for ads to be everywhere? That's got
that's a good
nothing to
point.
do with like. Now, somebody could like a show a lot and the ads could be everywhere. Or even, like, nobody could like the show and the ads could be everywhere. I don't understand how that even equates. I'm talking about ads being everywhere. That's got nothing to do with whether or not people like it.
Okay. Bam seems to like it.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's bad or it's good. I'm saying that ads being everywhere have nothing to do with whether or not people like it. I don't think you were paying attention.
Yeah, I think no, I get it. Yeah,
I'm just saying
like
that
everybody
ads have
loves
been
Joe Biden.
Absolutely everywhere.
Everybody really loves Joe Biden.
Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of push for people to watch.
There's a
this
lot of
WandaVision show.
ads that Joe Biden didn't pay for on every single social media network, including YouTube, that says Joe Biden is the president. Learn more about this, and they've been doing it forever. So.
Yeah.
Yep. Is that what you mean?
I mean all those free signs and flags and pins and hats, stuff he was giving away. All that merch that the Biden-Harris people were giving away free.
They were?
You know. Yeah, they were giving all that stuff away free.
I didn't know.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you have to buy the Trump stuff. People are actually spending money to get the Trump stuff, but the Biden stuff was given away free. You know?
Weird.
Yep. Just giving it away to people. Hey, you need another Biden flag? Here, take another Biden flag. Here, take this Biden flag with you when you go.
I need a Biden hat.
Yep.
Where do I get one of those?
I don't know if those will get. I don't know if they have hats, but I do know that the flags and the signs and all that stuff for Biden were being given away free.
Got it.
I don't know if there weren't people selling them, but I know that they were indeed something you could get free if you wanted them. I kept on seeing people who were involved in canvassing for Joe Biden talking about they had tons of free Biden stuff, you know, all summer. Free Biden stuff. Who wants some free Biden stuff? You know? Yep.
Joseph Robidoux Biden.
Mhm.
Most popular president of all time.
Yeah, they like all that free stuff. I mean, yeah. Anyhow.
Damn.
Have we even gotten into politics stuff today?
Mm-mm.
I don't think we have.
Even today, we're just making goofy jokes.
Yeah. Today's kind of like a weird day.
Mm-hmm. Just making some goofy jokes.
It's fine, though. I mean, I'm sure us talking about what? Fighting and pop culture is totally fine.
Mm-hmm. Yep, talking about surgery and stuff today. That's what today was all about.
Yeah.
Today was about Professor Bam's surgery.
You know what I would like to have? I would like to have a device where I get all the information about Batman-related stuff,
Mm-hmm.
like shows and movies and stuff, and it would be a device unto itself. And when I got notified that there was new Batman news, it would project a bat signal onto my wall or ceiling.
Okay, hold on.
And play.
Hold on a second.
And
Hold
play.
on. Hello, dear. Oh. Okay, I'm on my way to help. I'm on my way to help right now. Okay, I'm shutting off the podcast right now, and I'm coming up. I'll be there in 2 minutes. Right back. Okay, and Professor Bam is up. So let's
Finish my.
what?
Can I at least finish my sentence?
Yeah, finish your sentence.
Okay. And it would play the Danny Elfman theme from the first Batman movie in '89.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Every time I got Batman news, bam.
that would be
Anyhow,
cool. I think we
we'll
could
set
do
the
a
podcast
Batman
up. I think
section.
it's time.
We could do a Batman
Huh?
segment. We could do a Batman segment. And for Tom Cruise Corner, let's do a Tom Cruise quote really quick right before I sign out.
If you want to, but we already talked about him wearing 2 masks.
Oh, we did. Oh, so Tom Cruise Corner was Tom Cruise wearing 2 masks. Okay. Well, B Money, Buck Benona, Benona Buck, podcast number 20. Rose Clarity carried the ball, carried the water as always. And we're not canceling the podcast. I was talked out of it. I'm just a little depressed. I am going to help my wife, and I'm going to have to sprint now to make it there in the 2 minutes that I promised. So I love you guys. Love you, Rose. And you guys have a fantastic night. Thank you for being a part of the first 20 podcasts.
Bye.
See ya.